success. But, obviously, containing those two gentlemen is going to be the keys for the night.
Sure. We'll come back and wrap up our visit with Ethan Lewis in a minute. You're listening to Monett Cubs football on MHSCubs.com.
Wintech, with facilities in Monett and Cassville, is an employee-owned company specializing in the building materials industry. Wintech's product lines range from vinyl and aluminum window systems to HVAC doors and commercial louvers. Our newest divisions consist of installation and testing services and logistics. If becoming a part of an employee-owned company is for you, feel free to stop by Wintech's Monett office at 201 Industrial Drive or go to wintechinc.com and click on the Careers tab. Wintech is an equal opportunity employer.
Since 1988, Nessel Road and Roberts Optometrist, a member of Vision Source, has been the leader and preferred provider of quality vision care products and personalized optometry services. Dr. Jerry Roberts, Dr. Michael Roberts, and Dr. Aubrey Roberts are committed to improving the quality of life of persons in your community through enhanced vision. Nessel Road and Roberts has 3 convenient locations: 5th and Cleveland in Monett, east side of the square in Mount Vernon, and Bridgeport Plaza on Highway 39 in Shell Knob.
At Industrial Machine and Engineering Company in Monett, we continually plan for the future with ongoing investments in machinery and software and other resources to continue to meet and exceed our customers' expectations. Skilled employees, modern computer numerical control equipment, and a dedication to meeting customer needs and expectations ensure quality while providing quick turnaround of required components. At IMEC, total quality is a commitment. Specializing in precision since 1982, IMEC, 1716 North 9th Street in Monett.
Are you having legal difficulties? Contact Randall, Mosry & Randall, attorneys at law at 405 East Broadway in Monett. With 70 years of combined experience, they specialize in criminal law, personal injury, family law, estate planning, real estate law, title company, business law, and work compensation. To improve your outcome, call Randall, Mosry & Randall at 235-8688. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisement.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com, sponsored in part tonight by Wintech, an employee-owned company located in Monett and Cassville. Apply online. Nessel Road and Roberts Optometrist, Monett, Mount Vernon, and Shell Knob. IMEC, Industrial Machine and Engineering Company, 1716 North 9th Street, and Randall, Mosry & Randall, attorneys at law, providing over 70 years of combined experience. Before we have our final segment with Monett football coach Ethan Lewis, we will join public address announcer Ken Gaspar here in just a moment as the Monett Hall of Fame class of 2002 being introduced, and here is Ken Gaspar.
Claimed Monett's first individual state championship, and the team finished 4th. He was also Monett's first 3-time state champion in 1975 at 98 pounds, in 1976 and 1977 at 105 pounds. He had a career record of 91, 8, and 1, and was part of the 1977 third-place state team in Class A. A quote from Martin: "Goals are great to strive for, but friends will help you succeed in sports and in life." Once again, Monett High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Martin Essery. Our next inductee, Jack Fox, athlete, class of 1951. He lettered in both football and basketball all 4 years of high school. Jack was also a tennis player, a distinguished athlete. During his senior year, he won the Big 8 Singles Championship. His team was also one of the 3 high school teams to be undefeated with a 10-0 record. A conference championship and wins over Springfield and Jefferson City. At the end of his senior year, Jack was selected as a high school All-American. He was also invited to a high school All-American game in Oklahoma. Jack Fox attended the University of Missouri from 1951 to 1955. He played football, starting in his first game as a freshman, eventually starting games in all 4 years. He played offensively as a halfback and as a defensive back. After his college career, Jack joined the military and became a fighter pilot. Upon serving in the military,
He returned to Monett. Fox is credited with creating the first Monett Pee Wee football team and served as director for several years. He was an instrumental member of the Monett Board of Education in 1968 when the Burl Fowler Football Stadium was approved and built. He recently served on a committee which raised funds to place an artificial turf surface here at Burl Fowler Stadium. He and his wife generously donated to this effort. Jack believes that sports created many life-changing opportunities that he wouldn't have had if it weren't for those programs, coaches, and teammates, which turned into lifelong friends. A quote from Jack: "I would like to thank the selection committee as well as the people that nominated me. Very gratifying to be awarded this honor." Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, Monett High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Jack Fox. Our next inductee, Alexia Johnson, athlete, class of 1994. Shortly after Alexia started high school, she immediately signed up to play volleyball, basketball, and track. She continued playing these three sports until her senior year. In volleyball, Alexia earned 3 athletic letters, 2 all-conference titles, 1 district title, and 1 all-state title. In basketball, she earned 3 athletic letters, 3 all-conference titles, 2 district titles, and 1 all-state title. In track, she earned 3 athletic letters, a conference champion, in discus, a district champion title, and 2nd place in state for the shot put. After graduating from Monett, she went on to Rockhurst University and played volleyball and basketball. A quote from Alexia Johnson: "It is a great honor and a privilege to be inducted into the 2022 Athletics Hall of Fame. The memories created during my time spent as a Cub will forever be ingrained in my mind." Once again, Monett High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Alexia Johnson. Our next inductee, Melinda Cox Meredith, athlete, class of 1990. Melinda earned athletic letters all 4 years in basketball and volleyball. She earned an all-conference title, all-district title, and was the first Monett volleyball all-state player. Melinda holds several records in both sports. Her team accomplishments include a conference title, district title, and 4th place state title. A quote from Melinda: "I am humbled and honored to be inducted into the 2022 Monett Athletics Hall of Fame. Each sport I participated in was a team sport, and I graciously share this honor with my amazing teammates and coaches. Representing the Monett Lady Cubs athletic program has always been a privilege. I am grateful for this honor." Once again, Monett High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Melinda Cox Meredith. Our next inductee, David Pickett, contributor, class of 1970. His broadcasting career as a color analyst for Monett High School sporting events spans over 5 decades, beginning in 1983. His early highlights included being behind the microphone at the Hearn Center in Columbia, broadcasting the Monett Lady Cubs basketball games at the Show Me Showdown in 1984, 1985, and 1986. Beckett was also a color analyst on the radio when Monett resumed playing baseball in the spring of 1988, and the start of the girls softball program in 1998. Beckett has been a color analyst alongside play-by-play broadcaster and fellow Monett High School Athletic Hall of Famer Mike McClure since 1985. When McClure Broadcasting LLC was started in 2009, Beckett remained with his longtime broadcasting partner. His recent broadcasting highlights include the 2016 football season when the Cubs won their third state title in school history, and the following year when the Monett softball program winning their first state title in school history in October of 2017. Beckett was also a member of the Monett R1 School District's Board of Education for 13 years, proudly serving his alma mater. A quote from David Beckett: "The Monett R1 School District has always been a special place for me. I am honored to be nominated and inducted into the Monett Athletics Hall of Fame." One more time for Monett High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, David Beckett. And our final inductee, Burl Fowler, coach, 1967 through 1974. Burl Fowler was Monett's head football, track, and wrestling coach from 1967 through 1974. During his tenure at Monett, the 1971 football team won the Big Ten Conference Championship and Class 2A State Championship with a perfect 12-0 undefeated season. The Monett football team improved immensely under his leadership. In the decade that preceded Fowler's arrival at Monett, the Cubs posted a 33-win, 62-loss, and 8-tie mark, and only had 2 winning seasons. During Fowler's 8-year reign, Monett went 59-22, winning 73% of their games, including the 1971 state title, cruising to a 37-8 victory over South Shelby. Burl understood the importance of multiple sports participation and made it a requirement for his athletes. He saw the need to bring in new athletic programs to Monett, convincing the then Monett administration to start a wrestling program in Monett. Burl was inducted into the Missouri Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame in February 1999. Tonight, Burl Fowler's son, Doug Fowler, will be receiving the plaque and ring in his father's name. Once again, Monett High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Burl Fowler. And let's recognize all Monett High School Athletics Hall of Fame class of 2022.
So that wrapping up the ceremony on the field to recognize the 2022 class, the Monett High School Athletic Hall of Fame class. And now we will continue and wrap up our pregame visit with Monett football coach Ethan Lewis, and then come back with the starting lineups and much more. And here's more of his with Ethan Lewis. Monett Cub football brought to you by Bennett Wormington Funeral Home, 216 2nd Street. Post Electric, give Ryan Post a call, 417-846-7100. Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, 7 locations throughout southwest Missouri, including East Highway 60 in Monett. And Lance Metlock, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance at 100 Chapel Drive. If you're in Missouri, he's got you covered. Mike McClure back in Monett, wrapping up our pregame visit with Ethan Lewis tonight in Monett and Seneca, the annual Hall of Fame game, which was started a year ago. And one of the members coming in this year and inducted in the ceremonies during the luncheon today was Monett football coach Burl Fowler, the late Burl Fowler, who guided Monett to their first state title in 1971. He died of cancer at a very young age in 1974, and I just know what Burl meant to the people in this community, and I know maybe your football team will kind of rally around him. And ironically, Burl started out in Seneca, and Seneca is the opponent tonight. So there's Burl Fowler connections on both sidelines this evening.
For sure, and I mean, I think that's anytime you have something like that. I mean, obviously, the stadium's named after him, so there's a lot of pride to that. You give Seneca credit; they executed. They were down 14-0. They ended up, rallying together, rallying behind each other, which is, obviously something you always want to do. Playing in front of their home crowd. The home crowd was great for them. It at least appeared on film that way. And, they were able to make, Lamar made a few mistakes, which, is rare to say. And Seneca executed and capitalized on them. And, so more power to them on that. And, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Seneca now gives us the opportunity to do the same thing.
Ethan, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
The head coach of the football Cubs, Ethan Lewis. We'll come back and take a look at the starting lineups in a minute. You're listening to Monett Cubs football on MHSCubs.com.
Bennett Wormington Funeral Home was established in 1946 on the foundation of personal, professional, and compassionate service to Monett and the surrounding communities. The mission of Bennett Wormington Funeral Home is to provide the highest quality of care to the families they serve. They are always available to sit down and discuss any needs you may have. Call 235-3141 or stop by Bennett Wormington Funeral Home at 216 2nd Street in Monett.
When you need professional electrical services for your residential, commercial, and industrial properties, contact Post Electric. You can also trust Post Electric to provide you with electrical solutions for your new construction project. You can rest easy knowing that we offer a 1-year workmanship warranty on all emergency service on all electric services. Our local family-owned and operated business has been proudly serving all of Southwest Missouri with locations in Branson and Monett. For a free estimate, call Post Electric at 417-846-7100.
In Southwest Missouri, agriculture is an important part of the economy. Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri is proud to be part of this industry. Freedom Bank has been providing farmers with loans since its inception in 1999. Many of their loan officers have agricultural experience to design a financing plan specifically to meet the individual farmer's needs. Let Freedom Bank show you what friendly, knowledgeable financial service is all about. Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, banking on freedom for generations to come. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're here for all of life's wins. Like when you get a new car, or new boat, or new driver, or when your son moves out but your mom moves in, or you find out your
Farm Bureau insurance agent in Monett. And if you're in Missouri, he's got you covered.
At Glaus Family Dentistry, your ordinary concern. Dr. Michael Glaus and Dr. Tandy Mulheron want to make sure your teeth stay healthy, function well, and look great. From regular cleanings and exams to advanced restorative treatments, all of your routine dental needs can be met right here at 800 Cleveland in Monett. Call 235-5155, Glaus Family Dentistry. We are your hometown dental team.
At Tyson Foods, we embrace the diversity of our team members, customers, stakeholders, and consumers, their unique backgrounds, experiences, thoughts, and talents. Everyone is valued and appreciated for their distinct contributions. Our team members' health and wellness is very important to us. We believe in helping our team members thrive inside and outside of the workplace. Check out TysonFoodsCareers.com. Tyson Foods Monett is an equal opportunity employer.
Monett Cub football on MHS Cubs, brought to you tonight by Glaus Family Dentistry. 8th and Cleveland and Monett, they are your hometown dental team. See what a difference it makes going to a family-owned dental practice. And Tyson Foods Monett, we're looking for a new career, particularly with a Fortune 500 company. Check out the website, TysonFoodsCareers.com. Mike McClure, Dave Beckett, Austin LeMaster joining us in the booth tonight. And it is Hall of Fame game, the second annual Hall of Fame game, and this afternoon in the Monett Park Casino, the Hall of Fame inducted Jack Fox, an athlete from the class of 1951, Martin Essery, an athlete from the class of 1977, Melinda Cox Meredith, athlete, class of 1990, Alexia Johnson, athlete, class of 1994, the late Burl Fowler, the coach from Monett, who's here from 1967, who passed away in 1974, and as a contributor, Dave Beckett from Monett High School, class of 1970. A wonderful luncheon, great speeches, from the heart, the way it should be. Hey, let's play football. That's kind of why we're here tonight.
Yeah, let's do something else instead of make me cry, you know. I mean, come on. But fun time, and everybody enjoyed things, I think, especially the inductees. Why not? But anytime that you're honored for anything that you do, whether it be football, basketball, athletics, radio, whatever, but anytime that somebody takes the time to honor you, makes a fun day, and got to be inducted with a really special class to me because of many different reasons.
I think somebody wanted to tap you on the shoulder while I say something here really quick. There may be a lot of tapping on the shoulders or something here while this is going on tonight, but I had a chance at 4:30 this afternoon to visit with Wilma Davis. She is the mother-in-law of Art Haynes. As most of you know, Art, the longtime radio voice of the Missouri State Bears, is in a Springfield area hospital and battling a kind of a rare disease, but a treatable disease. And I'm not even going to pronounce the syndrome name of it. I'm not a doctor, but they are starting some recovery. Some people recover quickly. Some people it takes time, but I think Art is on the way to a recovery. The family appreciates your privacy at this time, but they also appreciate your prayers. And good Lord, we all know Art. It's a
Thoughts and prayers.
He's one of a kind.
And if you needed prayer, Art would be the first to be right there for you. So he's one of those type of individuals. I don't know of anybody that has any ill feelings toward Art Haynes, you know, but only ill feelings Art Haynes would have against somebody else would be if they played for the Oakland
A's or
the Oakland Raiders of that sort.
But the New York Yankees. He's not a Yankee fan.
But yeah, you know, it's you know, and talking about that disease that they've determined that that's what it is. Only like 3,000 people a year in the United States get that. So that's, and you know, we're hoping for the best, but praying for the miracle.
Yeah. And sounds like the miracle is on its way. And so again, the family kind of asked for your privacy at this time, but we will do our best to keep you updated when Jack or Wilmer or Lisa or Chris or Kathleen let us know. And oh well. Tonight, ironically, Monett versus Seneca, as one of the people we honored today was Burl Fowler. Is it getting any more emotional than this today?
Burl Fowler is being honored as being inducted into the Monett Athletic Hall of Fame, and of course, Benny Lawson, another name synonymous with Seneca athletics as far as that's concerned. So Benny is here. I did see him. He was going to come to the game. Said he had a nephew that plays for Seneca, so he's going to use this as an excuse to stick around and watch the Cubs and watch the Monett or the Seneca Indians.
We'll have the starting lineups after this timeout on MHSCubs.com.
Friendly Tire at 703 West Highway 60 in Monett is proud to feature Yokohama tires. Yokohama's product line has expanded beyond its highly respected racing tires to include excellent all-season passenger car, crossover, SUV, and pickup tires, as well as all-terrain and mud-terrain tires. Check out the Yokohama Avid Ascend, the most advanced grand touring tire ever. Friendly Tire is open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to noon. Stop in today for great customer service. Quick Draw Gun is your hometown gun store. Why drive hours when you can get the best prices and service right here at home? Quick Draw Gun is the most knowledgeable staff in the area. We'll make sure you get what you need with personalized service. Quick Draw Gun is open weekdays 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop by 601 South Kyler in Monett or 468 Highway 76 at Cassville. Give us a call at 417-354-8633 and be sure to visit quickdrawgun.com.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com, brought to you tonight by Friendly Tire, located at 703 West Highway 60, featuring Yokohama tires. Our thanks to Mark and Nick Witt, and Quick Draw Gun, 601 South Kyler in Monett, 468 Highway 76 in Cassville, where they buy, sell, and trade. Here we are in Week 5. Seneca, number 2 in Class 2, wins over Aurora 44-8, Springfield Catholic 65-0, Cassville 42-7, and a win over previously number 1 ranked Lamar 36-33. Cubs come in at 0-4, losing to Reed Spring 20-0, losing to Mount Vernon 14-6, losing to Lamar 49-0. Had some bright spots last Friday, lost to Marshfield 34-24. So here we are in Week 5. Quickly, the offensive starters for both teams. For Seneca, the wide receiver, who's also the punter, Connor Ackerson, a senior, 6'1", 200-pounder. Left tackle, Logan Barwick, a senior, 6 foot 180. Left guard, Chris Alexander, a senior, 5'10", 200. The center, Nick Stevens, a senior, 5'11", 230. Right guard, Jacob Gravener, a senior, 6'2", 260. Right tackle, Brian Bigby, a junior, 5'11", 255. Tight end, Hagen Ginger, 6'2", 190, and a sophomore. The quarterback, Gavin Hoover, a junior, 6', 185. The running back, Jackson Mars, 5'8", 175, and a junior. The H-back, Morgan Vaughn, a junior, 6', 180. And in another wide receiver, it'll be Ethan Altick, 5'11", 150, and a junior. Offensive starters for the Monett Cubs. Back in the starting lineup at wide receiver, Ian Hildebrand, a senior, 5'9", 165. Did not play due to an injury last week. Left tackle, Isaac Tickner, a senior, 6'2", 245. Left guard, Keller Snodgrass, a senior, 6', 275. Center, Aiden Smith, a junior, 5'10", 235. The right guard, Hunter Lanning, a senior, 6', 250. Right tackle, Jordan Thompson, a senior, 6'2", 250. Wide receiver, Isaiah Meeks, a senior, 6'6", 185. The quarterback, Davin Madrid, a senior, 5'10", 185. Fullback, Jake Hoyt, a senior, 5'11", 175. And the wingbacks, Marcus Young, a senior, 6'1", 165. And the other wingback, Connor Pointer, a senior, 6', 185. Something before we go to one more break? You had that look on your face. I'm going to stop.
I'm just thinking about what a high that Seneca Indians are coming in here on 4-0, and of course last week beating the #1 team in the state in Class 2, the Lamar Tigers. So hopefully maybe the Indians are going to overlook the Cubs. Cubs can come out and maybe get some things going early, get some momentum, and make this a good competition. Cubs are going to have to play awfully well and or make the Seneca Indians not play well.
And Seneca has dropped down to Class 2. They could meet Lamar again. If they do, it would be the state semifinals if it gets that far. So just throwing that out there. And that's perhaps a pretty good likelihood. Monett, the all-purple jerseys tonight. Seneca, the white jerseys, the red pants, and the white helmets. The opening kickoff is coming up right after this.
Architectural Systems Incorporated is a full-service forming, fabricating, finishing, and engineering company with locations in Monett, Aurora, and Granby. ASI is expanding. ASI views its employees as their most valuable resource and our extended family. We consistently strive to provide a workplace where our employees are valued and their performance shines, where leaders at all levels respect employees and provide the resources and time they need to do great work. Apply online at asi-mo.com/careers. Architectural Systems Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
The CPA Group offers services that give you freedom to be your best. Smart tax planning will make all the difference for your year-end tax preparation. We have extensive experience providing full-service tax, payroll, and accounting to small businesses, agriculture, and the farming industry. Our team of dedicated professional staff make payroll easy and worry-free. Get the services you need from the experienced professionals at the CPA Group, 217 4th Street in Monett, 83 South Main Street in Cassville, and 224 South Main in Mount Vernon.
Take the guesswork out when you're looking to replace your HVAC system or looking to install your heating, ventilating, and air conditioning system for new residential or commercial construction. Hire the professionals at Shane's Heating and Air, family owned and operated since 1946. They specialize in geothermal and conventional HVAC systems. They feature Trane products for conventional systems and Bosch for ground source systems. Call Shane's Heating and Air, 417-235-6183. In business for over 75 years.
Founded in 1961, Bass Equipment provides the world's most complete line of rabbit and small animal equipment. For over 60 years, Bass Equipment continues to be the most experienced and knowledgeable manufacturer in the industry. Visit their website, bassequipment.com, or call 235-7557. Bass Equipment proudly manufactures their products at 607 17th Street in Monett.
Monett Cub football on MHSCubs.com, brought to you by ASI, Architectural Systems Incorporated, Monett, Aurora, and Granby, now hiring at all three locations. The CPA Group, 217 4th Street in Monett, 83 South Main Street in Cassville, and 224 South Main Street in Mount Vernon. Strongly encourage you to use the services of the CPA Group, whether it is for your taxes or any business accounting needs. Shane's Heating and Air, thank you to Marcus and Sandra. You can call them at 235-6183. 3 generations serving you since 1946. And Bass Equipment, 607 17th Street. Give Dustin Bass a call, 235-7557 for rabbit and small animal equipment. Seneca wins the toss. They will defer their option to the second half, so the Cubs will receive to start this ball game. Nice night. Referee is Joel Eastern, veteran crew here in Monett for week 5. And the Cubs are looking for an upset tonight. Make no mistake about it, Seneca heavy favorite in this ball game this evening. But that's why you play it on the field and not on paper.
You never know whenever, like I say, if the Cubs get off to a good start, maybe stymie the Indians a little bit on the offensive side, and Cubs get some drive going, you never know what's going to happen. Once that momentum starts on your side, it's hard to get it away, and hopefully the Cubs can receive this opening kickoff and get something going here early.
Hildebrand deep along with Marcus Young. Kicking off for Seneca, it's Enoch Miller. Waiting for the other 12 seconds or so to come off the scoreboard clock before they can reset it to 12 minutes.
One thing about it, I'm looking for a better officiated game this week than what we had last week, and a little bit more smoothly, maybe I ought to say.
You know, they have rough nights too. Just part of it. Cubs will go from left to right, Indians from right to left. Mike McClure, Dave Beckett, great to have you with us on MHSCubs.com. The kick by Miller on a 77-degree night, high end over end kick. Young will field it at the 11-yard line. He is to the 15, to the 20, and stop short of the 25-yard line, and that's where the Cubs will set up shop, 1st and 10.
So kind of a short kickoff, didn't go into the end zone. Of course, if it does cross the plane of the end zone in high school, you can't bring it out, but from about the, 4 or 5?
11 is where
11,
yeah.
And then returned it out to the 24-yard line. The Cubs 1st and 10 there.
About 13 on the return, and Monett from the 24 again. 77 degrees, south-southeast winds at 7. Just a beautiful, beautiful evening for high school football. Cubs will line up in the flex bone. On 1st down, it's Davin Madrid. Wingbacks left and right. Now they'll send Hildebrand in motion from left to right. Seneca rushing 4. Madrid, handoff to the fullback Hoyt, and he'll get up to about the 27-yard line. Good initial push there by the Indians. Tackle made by Seneca's Dominic Wheeler after the pickup of, we'll say, 4 to the 28, 2nd and 6.
Put Hildebrand in motion, trying to create a little bit of a room there for the linebackers of the Seneca Indians, make them move, but still picked up 3 yards on the first play from scrimmage for the Cubs on the option, 1st man through the fullback.
So yeah, gain of 3, not 4, to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 7, Monett staying in the bone. Now Connor Pointer goes in motion. Madrid will pitch it to Pointer. Makes a nice move, cuts it up inside the hash. He fumbles the football, and the Indians are going to grab it at the 37-yard line. The hit caused the fumble. Isaac Tickner nearly fell on it, but got beat to it by a white jersey Seneca Indian, and Seneca's going to have great field position at the 37-yard line. And there's the first turnover, 53 seconds into the game.
Logan Barwick of the Indians pounced on the ball, but the tackler by the Indians just absolutely, whenever he went for the tackle of Pointer, his helmet hit the football, and it's going to knock it out of your hands unless you got it secured very well, and Pointer cuffs up the football, and it's 1st and 10 Indians.
Gavin Hoover is the quarterback out of the shotgun. Going to throw an option pass after he did the handoff to the jet sweep, and the man wide open. Down near the goal line, the catch made by Connor Ackerson after the throw was from Ethan Altick. So Hoover gave it to Altick on the jet sweep. Altick then pulled up and fired a pass to Ackerson, who gets tackled at the 1-yard line, a gain of 35.
The Indians go to the playbook early as it looked like it was going to be a sweep to the wide side of the field, and Hoover just pulled up and threw to a wide open receiver downfield, 1st and goal from the 1.
Love the play call. Indians now will just line up tackle to tackle. The give to Jackson Mars, spinning off one tackler and into the end zone for a Seneca touchdown. Jackson Mars with his 6th touchdown of the year, 57 carries for 400 yards. And thanks to the fumble, Seneca scores in just 2 plays to go up 6-0.
Just needed 1 yard as it was 1st and goal from the 1 after that successful halfback pass on the previous play. And punch it across, do the Indians, 6-0. Point after touchdown kick.
Right-footed soccer-style kicker, Enoch Miller. He's 10 for 16, so he's missed a few this season. That one goes wide right and a miss. Got a timeout, 10:42 to go in the first. Seneca 6, Monett nothing. We will be back in a minute.
At Farmers Insurance, the Scott Smith Agency, we offer a wide range of auto, home, renters, commercial, and life insurance policies to help you meet your specific needs. We believe you should be covered for life's most unexpected moments. Let Scott Smith at Farmers Insurance in Monett help protect everything that you worked so hard to achieve. Call Scott at 417-737-7444. Stop by and see him at 103 Cleveland in Monett. Don't forget to ask for the Cox Health and Jack Henry employee discounts. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Families that play together stay together. At Play Power, we're a family of brands dedicated to enabling people of all ages to experience the power of play. Together, we're a world leader in producing premier recreation equipment, from commercial playgrounds to floating boat docks. We believe in providing fun, safe play solutions to our customers. Join us at Play Power on Highway 60 in Monett. Go to playpower.com, click on careers to see the current career job listings. Play Power is an equal opportunity employer.
Young back to 10 to return this kickoff. He is to the 20 and stopped short of the 30-yard line.
Again, the kick coming about the 10-yard line, and Young takes the ball, brings it out. They're going to mark it at the 29-yard line, but Cubs, I felt like Pointer on the previous play when the fumble occurred, Mike. He did the right thing as far as cut it back against the grain instead of trying to get outside, but exposed the ball, and the helmet went to the ball, and it popped loose.
1st and 10 Monett at their own 29. The option by Madrid. He'll get a yard as he gets to the 30, maybe the 31-yard line. Good job by the Seneca defensive lineman. The first to hit him, the defensive end, Chris Alexander, 17 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 3 quarterback sacks. It is a 2-yard gain for Madrid. 2nd and 8 Monett from their own 31.
Not much there. The Indian defense didn't go for the fake, so Madrid had to keep the ball and pick up what he could, and barely 2 yards.
2nd and 8 Monett from their own 31. Seneca continues to rush 4. Madrid again keeps it and hit as he tried to go behind the blocking of the center Aiden Smith. He'll get just a yard to the 32-yard line, and the Cubs are facing 3rd and 7, the tackle by Brian Bigby.
And the defensive ends, Mike, are coming right across the line of scrimmage immediately once the ball is snapped, making sure that the Cubs don't get it outside, and then Madrid either has to go ahead and give it to the fullback, first man through, or fake to the fullback and pick up what he can. But Cubs not adjusting to the defense that the Indians have shown thus far.
We are proud to announce that starting tonight and right now, our audio is on the video on the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live. So you can watch the game, Monett Cubs Live, and still hear our audio. Pass caught by Pointer. And Pointer staying in bounds. Looked like he's going to dive to the first down marker, just a little short. It's a 6-yard completion. The Cubs will have 4th and 1.
Good looking pass play, but not good enough to get the first down. And so the Cubs now faced with 4th and 1. Last week against Lamar, went for it numerous times on 4th and short, and looks like the Cubs are going to appear to go for it here on 4th and 1. From their own 38-yard line.
It is just the 4th completion for Davin Madrid. 3 of 22 for 67 yards and 3 interceptions. On 4th and 1, Madrid will survey the Seneca defense. The play clock still at 13. Now they bring Meeks in, tight end to the right side. He was split out wide right. Football on the near hash, wide side of the field to the, or football far hash, wide side of the field to the right, and a timeout called by Monett coach Ethan Lewis. 8:30 to go first quarter. Seneca 6, Monett nothing on MHSCubs.com.
Coast to Coast is proud to carry Steel equipment. We're proud that much of Steel's legendary gasoline-powered outdoor equipment, from trimmers to chainsaws, is built right here in America. Working as hard as you do to get the job done. Real Steel. Find yours at Coast to Coast, 500 South Kyler in Monett. A majority of Steel gasoline-powered units sold in the United States are built in the United States, from domestic and foreign parts and components.
Locally family-owned and operated since 1959, Vaughn's JDV Company is the leader in the Monett area in excavation work, including hauling and dozer work. They take this time to salute all student athletes. We appreciate the extra effort you put in, not only in the classroom, but in your particular sport, to be the best you can be every day. Best wishes from everyone at Vaughn's JDV Company, north of Monett on Highway H. Call Vaughn's at 235-7700.
Here we go, Monett going for it on 4th and 1 at their own 38. The handoff to the fullback, Hoyt, and he's got the first down, crossing the 40 out to about the 41. Good job by the left side of the line, Isaac Tickner, Keller Snodgrass to open up a hole, and the gamble pays off for Monett.
And the Cubs just go strictly power football, went both tight ends in tight, and then on a quick count rather than going out there and getting under center, standing up, and all that kind of stuff. It's just a quick count, and Hoyt picks up more than enough yardage for Cubs' initial first down.
And that is their first down. Now they put Connor Pointer in motion. The keeper by Madrid, he runs into a couple of white jerseys. He tried to reverse the field, and Seneca was absolutely ready for that reversal. Nick Stevens, 8 tackles, couple of quarterback sacks in on the stop, and this will be no gain at the 42, 2nd and 10.
Good defensive play that time by the Indians, denying the Cubs any thrust whatsoever on first down, so it's 2nd and 10. Meeks bringing in the play from Coach Lewis on the sideline, and Indians already on top of the Cubs, 6-0 here early in the first quarter.
Brought to you by Scott Smith, Farmers Insurance, 103 Cleveland. Play power at 878 East Highway 60. Just experience the power of play. You can apply online. Toss back to Connor Pointer, being chased by the defensive end, and he's wrapped up for no gain. Coming all the way across was Connor Ackerson. 7 tackles this year for him, a 6'1", 200-pound senior. No gain for the Cubs, and Monett now facing 3rd and 10.
Connor Pointer, no secret, the quickest kid that the Monett Cubs have on offense, and the Indians have just got a defensive end that's just going with Connor Pointer wherever he's at. That time, the defensive end on the far side, as soon as Connor Pointer went in motion, the defensive end came over here and shadowed him, and once Connor got the ball, pretty well tackled immediately. 3rd and long.
3rd and 10, Monett. Single wide receivers left and right, staying in the flex bone. Madrid drops back, going to throw down the middle of the field, just overthrows Connor Pointer, incomplete. It'll be 4th and 10.
Cubs will definitely have to punt the ball away here since it's still 4th and 10, I would think. As, yes, punt team coming out there, and I'm anticipating a punt from the Cubs. But that time, Pointer had a step or two, but just could not make connections from quarterback Madrid.
Hoyt, the punter. Back deep for Seneca. It is Connor Ackerson. Line of scrimmage, the 42. 6-0 Seneca, 6.5 to go first quarter. Good snap. Kind of a low line drive punt. Takes a bounce on the artificial turf. Ackerson picks it up at the 28-yard line and about a 5-yard gain to the 33 before he is brought down by Eric Chavez.
And also,
go ahead.
Joshua Harvey also hustling down there and helping Chavez make the stop. So the Indians going to have to start now in their own territory for the first time, only the second time they touched the ball. But the Indians do lead 6-0 over the Cubs here in the first quarter.
30 yards on the punt. 6:29 to go in the first. Seneca by 6. Indians will start on their own 32-yard line. Quarterback Gavin Hoover. Going to run the option. The pitch to Jackson Mars. Mars hit by, I think that's Harvey, and dropped it around the 30-yard line. It is Harvey. It is also Hoyt and Meeks, but Harvey was the first to make good contact. A loss of 1 at 2nd and 11.
And the Indians trying to give the Cubs medicine of their own as they go to the option play to the wide side of the field, but the Cubs giving the Indians some medicine of their own as they come across defensively and make a nice play and drop him for a yard loss.
Again, encourage everyone to go to the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live. You can hear our audio broadcast over the pictures provided by the huddle cameras here at the stadium. Play action. Hoover with time, deep down the middle of the field, and it is caught on a great catch by Ethan Aldick for a first down near the 30-yard line. Aldick defeating Marcus Young in coverage.
Marcus Young was back there, but still Altic had about a step and a half on him, and it was a great catch. It looked like it was going to be overthrown, but Altic just went up and got the ball and tackled immediately, but still a big first down by the Indians. Second big pass play by the Indians. Second pass completion by the Indians, and both of them long.
Gain of 39 yards to Altic. 1st and 10 Indians on the Cub 30. They don't throw it often, but they have good success when they do. Draw play to Jackson Mars. Gets away from Meeks. Lowers his shoulder. And forward progress to the 26, maybe the 25-yard line. Jake Hoyt. And seeing also in the tackle for Monett this time, we will call the name of Landon Brandt.
So
there's a flag on the play, an illegal shift on Seneca.
So that'll bring the ball back rather than a 4 or 5 yard gain. It's going to be a 5-yard loss for the Indians. So it's going to be still first down, but 1st and 15.
First flag on Seneca. Monett penalty free so far. That was not the case last week. Monett 11 penalties for over 100 yards in that loss to Marshfield. 1st and 15 Indians at the Cub 35. Seneca 6, Monett nothing. 5:15 to go first quarter here at Burrow Fowler Stadium on Hall of Fame night. Single wide receiver to the left, handoff to Mars, straight up the middle, inside the 30, breaks a tackle at the 25 and down to about the 21-yard line. One of the best running backs in the Big Eight. The tackle made by Connor Pointer.
Connor Pointer coming up, but a big gainer that time on 1st and 15. Going to give him 13 on the play. So it's second down, excuse me.
Second and about 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Single wide receivers left and right. Jackson Mars being chased by Pointer, who's going to wrap him up after a gain of either none or 1. Good job by Pointer to race down the line to make the stop. It is no gain. Line of scrimmage still at the 22, and 3rd and a long 2.
That time Pointer comes across and follows the ball carrier for the Seneca Indians right into the line of scrimmage and drops him for no gain. Still 3rd and 3 for the Indians.
4:14 to go first quarter. Seneca 6, Monett nothing. And the Indians 3rd and a long 2. Line up in a tight formation. Bring him man in motion. The quarterback draw. The keeper by Hoover, and he's going to get a first down to the 19-yard line. They sent a wide receiver in motion, Eli Olson, and then we mentioned just the quarterback draw by Hoover for a gain of 3 to the 19 and a first down inside the red zone.
Only needed 2, got 3 on the quarterback draw. Coming across was Porter Reed, but not before the quarterback for the Indians able to pick up more than enough yardage for the first down.
3:40 to go first quarter. Indians 6, Cubs nothing. Seneca driving 1st and 10 at the Monett 19. Indians moving from right to left toward the north end zone. 2 receivers to the left, bringing a man in motion. They're going to run an option to the left. There is the pitch to Mars. Mars to the 10, to the 5, and he's into the end zone untouched for a touchdown on a great play called by Seneca. Hoover pitching to Mars and a 19-yard touchdown to put the Indians up 12-0.
Kind of a counter option play to the wide side of the field. They put the split end in motion to the right side of the field and then come back against that with the option play. And once the option pitch was made, there was nobody here to cover for the Cubs, and Mars was able to just kind of walk into the end zone to make it 12-0 here, Seneca Indians.
Mars on the 19-yard run. The first kick was no good, so they'll go for 2 here. And it's a Wildcat, snap right to Jackson Mars, and he's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 3:24 to go in the first. Indians 14, Cubs nothing on MHSCubs.com.
For 50 years at Jimmy Mitchell Motors, my family has been dedicated to making our customers the best deal. We work to combine a low price with a great selection of quality vehicles and top-rated customer service to give you the best buying experience. Our focus is to make sure you're satisfied with your purchase. That's what kept us in business for 50 years, and we're committed to continuing on that tradition. At Jimmy Mitchell Motors, we're serious when we say nobody beats our deal.
Cub football brought to you by Coast to Coast at 500 South Cotler. Thanks to Leonard Witt and his staff. Sales and service on their steel products. Vaughn's JDV, excavation and hauling work since 1959. Jimmy Mitchell Motors, 555 South Elliott in Aurora. Shop online 24/7, jimmymitchell.com. The Indians ranked number 2 in Class 2, an early 14-0 lead over Monett.
And as advertised, the Indians come in very aggressive on the offensive end of the ball and able to punch a short porch in both times after they got it down there close and take that 14-0 lead after the successful 2-point conversion.
Miller will kick off, high end over end kick. Marcus Young retreating back to the 6-yard line. He's to the 10, 15, 20, 25, out to the 30 and stopped short of the 35. Good return from the 6, out near the 33, about 27 on the return.
That time a good aggressive return by Marcus Young, and instead of kind of looking to try to pick his hole, he just ran as hard as he could and as quickly as he could and picked up some pretty good yardage, the Cubs, with 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line, but down 14-0 to the Seneca Indians here at Monett High School.
Monett starting this drive from their own 33. Single wide receiver to the right. Pointer in motion. Again, the handoff goes to the fullback, but man, Davin Madrid almost pulled it out at the last second. You got to commit it. He's going to give it to the fullback or take it and run. And there was some hesitation there. And Hoyt, for a gain of 2, out to the 35, 2nd and 8.
Coming off a little gingerly is Hoyt that time. I don't know if somebody stepped on his foot or whatever, but had to come out of the ball game.
So we'll see now Ryan Withnell coming in at a wing-back position. We see Meeks come out.
Double tight end again.
Wing-backs left and right. Madrid just buried as he crosses the 35, gets a yard to the 36. You love the penetration that Seneca is getting up front. The tackle made by Lincoln Renfro.
Well, the Indians are just coming along across the line of scrimmage and standing there and waiting for the backs of the Cubs to come to them almost. And without the possibility of a pass, the Indian rush is going to continue to do that. And the only way to slow that down is maybe make a quick pass or get a quick hitter across the middle there, maybe a draw play, but the Indians doing a good job defense.
2 minutes to go, first quarter, 14-0 Indians. Cubs 3rd and 7, throwing 36. Madrid drops back, backside pressure, pass is incomplete. Harvey, the intended receiver, coverage on the play by Eli Olson, and Monett will probably have to punt here on 4th and 7.
So the Cubs more than likely look, well, as I say that, now here the punt team comes in and going to have to punt the ball away for the second time. So the Cubs with a 14-0 deficit versus the Seneca Indians here, still in the first quarter.
Connor Ackerson deep, line of scrimmage the 36. Hoyt in punt position, low snap, gets it in the air, but a short punt. Kind of takes a sideways bounce, now a Seneca bounce. Cubs are going to down it around the 48-yard line. 14-2, just a 16-yard punt.
Kind of a low snap and had to hurry the kick, and a lot of times whenever you do that, you don't get that spiral to where the ball will turn over in the air, and it's kind of end-over-end kick, and it took a bounce toward the Cub goal line once the ball hit the ground, and the Cubs had to down it at the Indian 48. The Indians 14, Monett nothing here in the first quarter.
102 seconds to go in the first quarter. Indians from their own 48. Hoover running around the right side into Monett territory near the 48. Tackle made by the nose guard Porter Reed, 6'2", 285, and a sophomore after the gain of 4. Again, here on MHSCubs.com, the audio broadcast, but you can hear our audio on the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live. Appreciate the work of Austin Lemaster and the technology folks with the Monett school system and getting our audio on the YouTube channel.
Going to give him about 3.5,
Yeah,
4, you know. 2nd and 6 for the Indians. Look for another pass here.
Different formation, 3 receivers to the left. They bring Olson in motion, fake the jet sweep handoff. Hoover deep down the middle of the field looking for Ackerson. The pass is incomplete. That time they did not make connections. Hoyt on the coverage. We saw those two connect on a 35-yard pass earlier this quarter.
Triple wide receivers to the wide side of the field for the Indians. Put one of the receivers in motion, fake to him as he goes by the quarterback once the snap is made, and then drop back with a long pass, but fortunately for the Cubs, it falls incomplete, and it's 3rd down for the Indians.
Ackerson wide left, Altick wide left, 3rd and 6 Seneca. Final minute of the first quarter, Indians up 14-0. Quarterback draw by Hoover, and Hoover stopped at about the 46-yard line. I think that was Isaiah Meeks, no, 45. Diego Baden had held on to him after the gain of just 2.
And it wouldn't surprise me if the Indians possibly go for it here unless they want to play field position football and try to pin the Cubs deep. As Coach Hilburn looking out here at his squad, looks like he's going to call a play and go for it here on 4th and 4.
Coach Hilburn was college teammates at Missouri Southern with a guy by the name of Atiba Bradley and Joe Batasso. They are good friends. They have stayed in touch and both very happy for the other's success. Indians do go for it on 4th and about 4. Final 13 seconds of the first quarter. Gavin Hoover in the shotgun, running straight up the middle, and he's got the first down close to the 41-yard line. Good blocking by the Seneca offensive line, and the gamble pays off, and that will probably end up being the final play of the first quarter after the gain of 5.
Quarterback took the snap from center, faked to the man in motion, and then just kind of waited for the opposition to clear there, and only needed 4 yards, picked up 5, and like you say, that's the end of the first quarter.
After one, Seneca 14, Monett nothing on MHSCubs.com.
Since 1987, Prime Cut at 101 East Cleveland in Monett has been a full-service meat market for the surrounding area. Owner James Thomas also provides catering service for any size group or gathering. Prime Cut has a large selection of meat, including pork chops, pork steaks, chuck roast, ribeyes, T-bones, fillets, and more. They slice roast beef, smoked turkey, and smoked ham for delicious sandwich options. Ask about the Prime Cut food truck for company parties or your local community event. Stop in today at Prime Cut in Monett.
Don't let concerns about today's events derail your long-term financial strategy. Edward Jones, financial advisor Jim Haston, can help you stay on track. Give him a call at 417-235-8216. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Mike McClure, Dave Beckett back in Monett. Started the second quarter. Seneca leading 14-0. It'll be 1st and 10 Seneca from the Cub 41. Hoover running to the left side, crosses the 40 down to about the 38, picks up about 3, had to cut it up between the hash marks, was trying to bounce outside, but good job by the Monett defense. Diego Baden on the stop after the gain of 3.
The Indians just going to try to play time of possession football now with a 14-0 lead. Don't really have to put the ball in the air, but they will whenever they need to, or they feel like they need to.
Hand off to Jackson Mars, gets to the left edge, 35-30, stays in bounds, now pushed out of bounds after he picks up a first down, close to the 26-yard line.
Play was designed to go straight up the middle, but Mars bounced outside and didn't find anybody out there, so he was able to pick up some good yardage, more than enough for the first down for the Indians. Ball at the 26-yard line of the Cubs.
Gain of 12, 11:20 to go, second quarter, 14-0 Seneca. Cubs turned it over on the second play of the game, and Seneca scored in 2 plays. Cubs had to punt, and the Indians went 68 yards in 6 plays to go up by 2 scores. Jackson Mars off left tackle, inside the 20, still on his feet. Cubs bring him down short of the 10-yard line.
Mars running hard and finding a big hole up there and over there, and once Mars is able to get that kind of momentum behind him, he's able to run all the way down, let's say they're going to be outside the 10, the 12-yard line, and running hard.
Gain of 14, Seneca offensive line just controlling things right now. Isaac Tickner coming off for the Cubs. 11 minutes to go, first half. Seneca up 14-0. 1st and 10 Indians from the 12. The keeper by Hoover inside the 5, and will be tackled short of the goal line, but he looks like he's got enough for a first down.
Fake the ball to Mars. Hoover keeps the ball and gets it all the way down inside the 5.
Gain of 10 to the 2 and 1st and goal. Where Seneca plays fast.
Plays fast, very aggressive. The offensive line fires out very well, and the offensive backs take advantage of those holes that the offensive line gives them.
1st and goal from the 2. Hoover in the shotgun. Mars to his right. Mars gets the handoff, and he will dance into the end zone for a Seneca touchdown with 10:27 to go in the second quarter. The Indians take a 20-0 lead. Nine plays, 52 yards. Mars with his 3rd touchdown of the first half.
And all 3 have been just kind of waiting for the hole to develop and then literally walking across the goal line.
Miller will try the extra point. This one is good. We'll keep it here. 10:27 to go in the second. 21-0 Seneca. The Indians, as advertised, number 2 in Class 2, trying to go to 5-0, just playing fast, playing good up front, and right now kind of winning the battle in the line of scrimmage to help them to a 3-touchdown lead.
And the backs of the Seneca Indians doing a good job of recognizing the hole or recognizing where the opening is. At one time, Mars had a play designed to go between the guard and the tackle, but he bounced it outside and was able to pick up about 12 or 13, 14 yards and pick up another first down to keep the drive alive for the Indians. And Indians just controlling the line of scrimmage on the offensive side, and on the defensive side, the Cubs just not showing much thrust out there and not able to get much going north and south once they have the ball. Cubs are going to have to figure out to try to come up with a play or two to kind of slow that defensive line down just a little bit of the Indians.
Mike McClure, Dave Beckett on MHSCubs.com. And again, you can hear our audio on the YouTube channel with the video, Monett Cubs Live. Here is the kick by Miller. High end over end kick to the near sideline. Hildebrand at the 15. He's to the 20 and stopped right around the 25-yard line on a beautiful one-on-one tackle by Dominic Wheeler.
Wheeler hustled down for the Indians, and Hildebrand trying to get over there to the wall of blockers that he had about the middle of the field, but wasn't able to get there. So the Cubs now 1st and 10 from their own 25, who trail now 21-0 here in the second quarter.
Just need to see the Cubs keep it on the field for a while. Had a 7-play drive, their second series, that ended in a punt. Hoyt, the fullback. Madrid fakes the handoff, carries it off right guard, and out to short of the 30-yard line.
And the Cubs with only 1 first down thus far. And like I say, you got to start moving the ball, be able to at least move the chains and force the Indians to get in a long yardage situation. But thus far, that hasn't happened. The Cubs have been just pretty well stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Seneca allowed Aurora just 8 points. They shut out Catholic. Cassville only scored 7, and Lamar scored 33, but Indians scored 36. Handoff to Connor Pointer, and Pointer around the right end to the 30, down to about the 34-yard line. He'll be just short of the first down, but the Cubs a manageable 3rd and short here.
And the Cubs this time go to Pointer, the same play that ball popped out of Pointer's hands in the first possession of the game. This time Connor cuts it back against the grain, which that's what he needs to do if that can't get outside, and picks up good yardage. 3rd and, let's call it 1.
Okay, from just about the 34. 9:13 to go second quarter, 21-0 Seneca. Madrid under center will send Hildebrand in motion. Play clock still at 10, plenty of time to get the play underway. 3 receivers to the right side. Connor Pointer on the jet sweep around the right end, has a first down, tripped up short of the 40-yard line. Good play call. Jackson Mars on the tackle, but a first down after the run by Connor Pointer.
And the Indians looking for the Cubs to try to go right up the middle, but fake to the fullback, coming through the first man through, and then giving it to Pointer, and got outside, did Connor, enough to pick up the Cubs' second first down of the ball game.
Mentioned how important it was for Monett to stay on the field for a while, keep your offense on the field, get the ball out of Seneca's hands. 8:40 to go before halftime, 21-0 Indians. And now Harvey comes in motion from right to left, lines up as a receiver to the left side. Madrid to Marcus Young, cuts it up between the hash marks, and Young brought down around the 45-yard line. Blake Hearn, the free safety, with 15 tackles this year, wraps up Marcus Young, but not before a pretty good gain from the 39 to the 46 for a gain of 7.
Gain of 7 on first down for the first time tonight. So the Cubs changed their blocking schemes, looks like, a little bit in there, and the running backs for the Cubs having a little bit more running room there, and that time Marcus Young picks up 7.
Under 8 minutes to go before half, 21-0 Seneca. 2nd and 3 Monett from their own 46. Hildebrand goes in motion to the right. Harvey comes in as a tight end to the right. Give to the fullback Hoyt. He's got a first down into Seneca territory near the 46-yard line with a tackle made by Dominic Wheeler.
And the Cubs have found some success finally, and took 3 possessions to do it. But the important thing is the Cubs did find some success. So the Cubs can keep moving the ball the way that they are, get right back into this ball game. Cubs trail already, though, 21-0 the Seneca Indians.
7.5 to go, second quarter. Isaiah Meeks goes out wide right, Hildebrand wide left, football just about in the middle of the field. 1st and 10 Monett from the Indian 46. Cubs trail 21-0. Now Meeks comes in tight end right. Hildebrand shifts out wide right. Indians will rush 4 on first down. Pointer in motion, straight drop. Going to throw deep down the far sideline, looking for Hildebrand, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by Seneca on a high arcing pass downfield. It is incomplete. It looks like Ethan Altick, that's not Altick, 14, Eli Olson on the coverage for Seneca.
Hildebrand was down there, but that was a long, long pass, and Madrid had to put a lot of air under the ball, and that allowed the defensive back a chance to get back there and recover, and able to poke the ball away and falls to the turf.
Cubs quickly up on the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 10 from the Indian 46. A lot of motion by Monett. Harvey running from right to left, lines up as a receiver to the left side. The keeper by Madrid to the 39-yard line.
Indians didn't have a nose man over the center that time, and Madrid took advantage of it and just took the snap from center and just run right straight up and picked up six yards on the play, but it is third down, 3rd and 4. The Cubs, of course, in 4-down territory.
No question. Cub football brought to you by Prime Cut at 101 East Cleveland. Owner James Thomas. The Prime Cut food truck available for your community event or for catering needs. Great selection of ribeyes, Kansas City strips, T-bones, fillets, and much more. And Jim Haston, your Edward Jones representative, making sense of investing at 2nd and Broadway. Handoff on the right side to Pointer. Pointer trying to stretch out to the first down marker. Looks like he is just a little short, and Monett appears to face 4th and less than 1.
Going to be very short over there on the far side.
Got to get to the 36. He gets just inside the 37, so 4th and 1.
So the Cubs now could pick up their 3rd consecutive first down if they can pick up this less than a yard to go here on 4th down.
Had an earlier successful 4th down conversion try in the first half. 5:52 to go before half, 21-0 Seneca. 4th and 1, fullback.
Yes.
That Hoyt, I believe, one of the Monett players' helmets comes off, but it is a first down for the Cubs to the 34-yard line. That was Hoyt on the carry.
First man through. Yeah. And helmet comes off. You got to come off the field in high school and college football, and helmet comes off, and you're going to have to come off for one play as Keller Snodgrass comes off the field.
Ian Hildebrand bringing the play in from the sideline. We mentioned how important it was for the Cubs to keep this drive moving. It's the 10th play of the drive. Started on their own 25. They moved it to the Seneca 34, and they've taken 5 minutes off the clock. Young goes in motion, now goes back to the right. Play clock at 15. Madrid fakes the handoff, keeps it. Straight ahead running to the 30.
Yes, Madrid keeps the ball after he fakes the handoff to first man through Hoyt that time. Picks up, going to give him 4 yards on the play.
Meeks checks in, Harvey checks out. 2nd and 6 Monett, 5 minutes to go, 2nd quarter, Seneca 21, Monett nothing. And the Cubs 2nd and 6 at their own 30. Football on the far right hash, wide side of the field to the left, Cubs moving from right to left. Madrid with the play clock at 10. Hildebrand in motion going to the short side of the field. Play clock at 5. Madrid under center. Keeps it. Got a first down to the 21-yard line with the tackle made by Dominic Wheeler.
And the Cubs looking like a different team, Mike, on this play, is finally finding some success and able to adjust the blocking in there, and the Cubs able to pick up another first down, trailing 21-0 are the Cubs, but this is very encouraging. The Cubs coming down and making a sustained drive and picking up consecutive first downs.
Meeks out, Hildebrand back in. Brandt goes wide left. 1st and 10 Monett at the Indian 22, 4:13 to go. A flag comes out, illegal procedure against Monett. First penalty against the Cubs.
And that's encouraging too. Last week, Cubs had way too many penalties. Really didn't cost them the game, but had too many execution penalties called against them, but that's the first one thus far tonight, and hopefully that can be maybe the next to the last one, we'll put it.
Brandt wide left, 1st and 15 Monett from the Seneca 27. 21-0 Indians, 4 minutes to go before halftime. Harvey lines up, tight end left. Pointer wing back to the left. Keeper by Madrid, got room at the 20, at the 15, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown.
Good job, Davin Madrid. That time he ran the ball like he was supposed to run the ball, and held onto the ball, faked to the fullback, and then made the right read of the nose man, and went to the right of the nose man, and right straight up the middle, scored for the Cubs. So Cubs did exactly what they have to do to get right back in this ball game.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. Monett will go for the extra point. Eric Chavez on for the try. Good snap. PAT kick is up, and it just sneaks inside the left upright. It's good. Timeout here at Kenley Richardson Field, Burrow Fowler Stadium. 3:48 to go, second quarter. Seneca 21, Monett 7 on MHSCubs.com.
Bruner Pharmacy at 321 Broadway in downtown Monett is a full-line pharmacy and Hallmark Gold Crown gift store serving Southwest Missouri for over 60 years. Our slogan at Bruner Pharmacy is caring for your health. Offering dependable, accurate, and caring service is our top priority, and your well-being depends on it. When you visit our store, you will be reminded of how helpful and friendly the hometown pharmacy can be. Call 235-3139 or stop in today.
Monett Cup football brought to you by Bruner Pharmacy, 321 East Broadway. John, AJ, Gail Lynn. I want to remind you that the flu shot vaccinations are available at Bruner Pharmacy. So if you want to get your flu shot, go down to Bruner Pharmacy. Also immunization for shingles, pneumonia, and others. What a nice drive by Monett. What did I say about keeping the ball, keeping the drive going? 12 plays, 75 yards in a little under 7 minutes.
And
that
picked
was
up
sweet.
5 first downs, very sustained drive. Now then it's up to the defense to try to keep the Cubs from falling further behind. Now it's 21-7.
Chavez to Mars, to the 1. He is to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, crosses the 20, and the Cubs bring him down around the 23-yard line. A 59-yard kick, about 22 on the return. That's where Seneca will set up shop, 1st and 10.
Hustling down Jake Hoyt in on the stop, and also Walker Bradlow. So the Indians now faced with a 1st and 10, their worst field position, in fact, from their own 24-yard line, but they do lead 21-7.
Gavin Hoover from the 24 calls his own number, cuts it outside to the 30. Marcus Young brings him down near the first down marker after a gain of 9, maybe 10.
Marcus Young with the tackle.
Cubs made contact about 2-3 yards past the line of scrimmage, but Hoover, the good runner that he is, was able to shake that would-be tackle and pick up another first down for the Indians.
They give him 10 yards on the carry, the 9th first down for Seneca. Cubs have 6. 21-7 Indians, 3:20 to go before halftime. Hoover out of the gun. High snap, grabs it, and Meeks brings him down to the backfield. The high snap just busted the timing of the play, and Isaiah Meeks, all 6'6", 185 pounds, got into the backfield to tackle Hoover for a loss of 2. It's going to be 2nd down and 12.
Hoover had to go up and actually jump up to catch the ball, and that just disrupted all the timing for the Indians, and tried to pick up what he could, but there wasn't anything there, and Isaiah Meeks drops him for a 2-yard loss.
Ethan Altick comes wide right. Got a single wide receiver to the left. Hoover wants to throw, has time, deep downfield. Altick is open, makes an over-the-shoulder catch at the 30, makes a move at the 20. Cubs bring him down at the 18-yard line. Ethan Altick, 4 receptions for 95 yards this year, but 3 of the 4 receptions were for touchdowns.
That time, defensive back was beat on the wide side of the field this time, and perfect pass thrown, and all he had to do is run under the ball, and the Indians right back in business, 1st and 10 at the Cub 17-yard line.
Gain of 51 yards on the pass. Olsen wide left along with Connor Ackerson. Hoover to Jackson Mars up the middle, being chased from behind by Isaiah Meeks, but still a good run by Mars on 1st down. He'll be short of the 10-yard line with 2:12 to go in the 2nd quarter, and Monett trailing 21-7. It is a gain of, we'll call it 5 to the 12, 2nd and 5.
And clock getting down close to 2 minutes to go in the first half, and the Indians would like nothing better than to just punch the ball across just with maybe 10 seconds or 30 seconds or less to get to the Cubs, but 2nd and, let's call it 5.
Hearn and Olsen wide right. Hoover gets the snap, runs to the left, cuts it up between the hash marks, and stopped at about the 8. There is a flag back at the 12-yard line. Might be a hold on Seneca.
Either a hold or a chop block would be my guess. A hold against the Indians, so the Cubs will take that.
10-yard holding penalty will back Seneca up to the 22. Just their 2nd penalty.
So that's going to back them up to their own 22-yard line. Still be second down.
Offense.
Second and 15 for the Indians. 21-7. The Indians on top as we're down close to the end of the first half here at Monett.
Final 90 seconds of the half. Hoover stays in the gun, single wide receivers left and right to give it to Mars. They're going to run a reverse. The handoff to Altick with a blocker. That's the quarterback Hoover. Altick down to about the 5. Eric Chavez on the tackle, and another good play run by Seneca.
Whenever you need a big play, Coach Hilburn drew it up that time. It looked like they're going to go to the wide side of the field with the sweep, but coming back against the grain was the wide out over on that side, and picks up more than enough for the first down. It's first and goal now for the Indians.
First carry for Altick for 16 yards. First and goal at the 6. The 11th first down. 1:03 to go, second quarter. 21-7 Indians here in the red zone. Football near hash, wide side of the field to the left. Hoover claps his hands, gets the snap, calls his own number, tries to bounce outside and tackle it around the 3.
Just a straight quarterback draw that time, and now then a timeout.
Evan Witt on the stop for Monett, and a timeout taken by Seneca. 46 seconds to go in the second. Indians 21, Cubs 7. Back after this.
Let's face it, buying and selling a home is stressful. Your real estate agent has your back whether you're a buyer or a seller. Agents have a fiduciary responsibility to their clients. They are legally obligated to put their clients' best interests first. Make the right choice and hire Crown Double K Realty as your real estate agent. Crown Double K Realty has been working with buyers and sellers in Southwest Missouri since 1984. Put their years of experience to work for you. Call 417-235-5231 or stop by their office at 825 East Highway 60 in Monett.
Mike McClure, Dave Beckett, Austin LeMaster here helping with technology tonight. Dave, it's cool. We are on the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live, using the huddle cameras at the field, and love this new feature.
I'll tell you what, technology is wonderful when it works. Or we can get somebody else to make it work for us, whatever the case may be.
Put us up on your smart TV tonight. You'll be smarter than 2 Hall of Fame broadcasters here in the booth.
Not just one.
Second and goal, Indians from the 3. A Wildcat snap to Jackson Mars, and he's into the end zone for a Seneca touchdown with his 4th touchdown of the first half.
Indians get close to the goal line, and guess who's going to get the ball? So that's 4 times in a row. Mars is able to get the needed yardage for the touchdown. The Indians will try to kick the extra point. 27-7 right now. Indians on top.
Kick is up by Miller. It is good. Take another timeout. 42 seconds to go in the second. 28-7 Seneca. Back in a minute.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
Ask Shelter agent Scott Thrasher about Shelter's competitive auto insurance rates.
When you need tree removal, stump grinding, topping and trimming, pruning, lot clearing, storm damage, or bucket truck services, contact Joe's Tree Service. Offering residential and commercial service, this family-owned and operated company is fully licensed and insured for your protection. They provide free estimates and friendly service. Let Joe help with all your outside needs. Contact Joe's Tree Service at 417-499-9284.
Mike McClure, Dave Beckett back in Monett. Seneca leading 28-7. Late first quarter, the kickoff by the Indians to the 5-yard line will be returned by Hildebrand. He's to the 20. 25-30 and brought down near the 35-yard line. Cubs with a couple of timeouts left. Going to maybe try to get into field goal position here in the final 35 seconds.
Cubs going to have to come up with at least a couple of big plays, unless that one big play does get into the end zone. But with only 35 seconds to go in the first half and 2 timeouts, Cubs going to have to come up with something here. But the Cubs last time drove the ball and did exactly what they had to do, ball control and get into the end zone and sustain drive. So we'll see what the Cubs can do here.
Moving from right to left, football near hash, wide side of the field to the right. 3 wide receivers to the short side of the field. Madrid drops back, looks for Brandt, not open, going to run the football, breaks a tackle at the 35, crosses the 40, down to about the 42-yard line, picks up 7, but the clock is running. Cubs will use the first of their 2 remaining timeouts. Gain of 7 to the 42.
So looking downfield, nobody open, so a scramble for Madrid, and correctly read, picks up 7 yards, but the clock is the enemy here for the Cubs.
Good time to check scores. Number 1 ranked Carthage leading the Osho 20-7 second quarter. Lamar leading East Newton 28-0 second quarter. Nixa and Joplin, 2 undefeated teams meeting in Nixa. Nixa 21, Joplin 14. Nixa number 4, Joplin number 6. That's second quarter. Ozark leading number 5 Webb City 14-7 second quarter. No score on the Nevada Mount Vernon game. McDonald County leading Cassville 14-0 second quarter. Reed Spring leading Marshfield 13-12 second quarter. Trying to check some other Big 8 scores. No score Hollister Aurora. And again, we'll kind of check that as we roll along here late first half. 25 seconds to go in the second quarter. Monett down 28-7. Pass caught by Marcus Young. Got out of bounds to stop the clock, but not a very big gain. And just going to be a gain of a yard to the 43. He needed 3. They will give him 2 to the 44, and it's 3rd and 1 for Monett.
Cubs needed to get to the 45-yard line, the white stripe there, but more important, just as importantly, he needed to get out of bounds. So he got 1 out of the 2 things, but did get out of bounds to stop the clock.
28-7, Seneca by 21. Monett football, 3rd and 2, thrown 43. Cubs with 1 timeout left, 20 seconds to go before halftime. Seneca won the toss. They deferred their option to the second half. They fake the screen, going to look for Hildebrand. He stopped his route, and there is a flag on the play. Hildebrand kind of got tangled up with Ethan Altick, and we'll have to wait and see the result of the flag. Hildebrand stopped the route, then tried to go again, and then there was some contact.
And I think it's going to go against the Indians, which will be it's not a spot foul in high school, but was pass interference against the defense, so the Cubs will have another play. Still, clock is still the enemy as far as the Cubs getting into the end zone.
Joel Easton, the referee, pass interference on the defense. 14 seconds left in the half.
And another first down for the Cubs. So
okay. First major penalty against Seneca.
Still got 42 yards to go to the Cubs to get for a touchdown, but need at least probably another 25 yards to get in field goal range.
About right, and that's doable. They're going to overload the short side of the field. 3 receivers to the left. Madrid drops back, going to throw deep downfield, and there's no way Hildebrand catches up with that throw. Throwing into double coverage, it's incomplete, and there's 8 seconds to go in the first half.
And the Indians were back there knowing that the Cubs were more than likely going to try to throw the ball deep, which the Cubs did, but threw it out of bounds over the head of his intended receiver, did Madrid.
Well, and that's better than underthrowing it and getting it intercepted. You live to play another down.
Exactly.
Harvey out, Meeks in. This might be the final play of the half, even though the Cubs still have 1 timeout left. 2nd and 10, Monett at the Seneca 42. Madrid under center, Indians rush 4. Straight drop, steps into the pocket, rolling left, and sliding out of bounds. Stops the clock with 2 seconds. It's a gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
And that time Madrid did exactly what he had to do to stop the clock. Just picked up the 1 yard, but the Cubs do have 1 more snap here in the first half, provided there's not a defensive penalty.
Well, now you throw the Hail Mary. Again, Ethan Lewis not going to take that timeout with him to the locker room. He'll call his final timeout here and talk it over. Nothing wrong with that. We will come back with the final play of the first half. 28-7 Seneca. 2 seconds to go in the half, and we are back in 30 seconds on MHSCubs.com.
Monett Glass and Mirror can help you with your new project, remodel, or repairs. They provide solutions for your custom projects. Offering a wide variety of window selections for home, office, or business, they strive to help their customers find the perfect products to meet their needs. With years of experience and a reputation for standing behind the products they manufacture and sell, Monett Glass and Mirror has gained the confidence and trust of their customers. Exceptional service in auto, home, and commercial glass. Call 235-6018 or stop by 1600 Wellington Avenue behind Walmart.
Monett Cup football brought to you by Crown Double K Realty, 825 East Highway 60. Glenna Kraft, the broker, assisting buyers and sellers since 1984. Scott Thrasher, Shelter Insurance, 1001 East Broadway. There is not a more kind person in the area than Scott Thrasher. Enjoy visiting with him. Joe's Tree Service, providing free estimates, and Monett Glass and Mirror, 1600 Wellington Avenue behind Walmart. Thank you to Jeff Lynn and his staff. Screen pass caught by Hildebrand, got a couple of blockers. Hildebrand to the 30, to the 25, and tackled at the 23-yard line. There is no flag. They're going to give him down to the 21. So, again, looks like that will be the final play of the first half. A 20-yard completion to Hildebrand, but Cubs have run out of time here in the first two quarters.
Good Cubs, last two times they touched the ball offensively, doing a good job of moving the ball down the turf there, but are down 28-7. But the Cubs showing some life out there. I think they played pretty good first half, have the Cubs.
Against the number 2 ranked team in Class 2. At the half, Indians 28, Monett 7. Back in a minute.
Hey guys, this is Jamie with Jamie Lynn's in Monett, Missouri. Hey, as a mother of a couple boys still in school, I know how busy life gets, and that's why I'm here, to make life easier for you. So, if you are looking for a quick, fast, delicious, homemade dinner, you check us out on Facebook. It's Jamie Lynn's Dinners to Go, or feel free to give us a call, 417-772-7211. God bless.
Family owned and operated by Mike and Christine Shanks, Monett Mufflers and More at 310 Central is the place to take your car or truck for repair work, including oil changes, alignments, heating and air conditioning, brakes, tune-ups, belts, hoses, shocks, struts, diagnostics, and more. Simply put, Monett Mufflers and More is honest, affordable, and will get the job done right the first time. Become a valued customer today. Call 235-6503.
Surprise someone special with flowers from Kay's Floral Affair and Gardens. Whether you want to convey encouragement, love, sympathy, or simply want to let someone know you care, Kay's has a wide array of bouquets to choose from, or they can put together something special just for you. Family owned and operated, Kay's Floral has the flowers, plants, candles, jewelry, chocolates, and beauty essentials to help you express yourself perfectly. Shop online at kaysfloralmonett.com, call 235-3095, or stop in at 712 East Cleveland in Monett.
At Advanced Jiffy Machine Products, we specialize in everything manufacturing. We are constantly expanding both building space and ideas to anticipate the needs of customers and stay ahead of the competition. Whether it's adding automation to increase capacity or modifying a current process, we always try to look ahead to utilize the newest technologies in order to maintain the very high level of quality and efficiency our customers have come to expect since 1979. Advanced Jiffy Machine Products, 9 North Industrial Drive in Monett.
Monett Cup football on MHSCubs.com, brought to you by Jamie Lynn's Dinners to Go. You check out her Facebook page. It is simply Jamie Lynn's on the Facebook page. Great dinner menu. You pick that dinner up Monday night, or Tuesday night, or Wednesday night, or Thursday night, between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. She also offers a daily lunch special. Jamie Lynn, so the last 2 years, has catered the Hall of Fame luncheon at the Park Casino and just knocked it out of the park. Did a wonderful job last year and again this year. We thank her so much for that. And again, strongly encourage you to go see Jamie Lynn's for those home-cooked meals. Monett Mufflers and More, thank you to Mike and Christine Shanks at 310 Central. Honest, affordable, will get the job done right the first time. Kay's Floral Affair and Gardens, Kay Robleski, longtime florist, 712 East Cleveland, the large gift shop. Great place to get your Halloween flowers, the centerpieces, fall arrangements, all done by Kay and Advanced Jiffy Machine Products at 9 North Industrial Drive, part of the area since 1979. Here at the half, Seneca 28, Monett 7. First half numbers. Seneca 242 yards of offense, Monett 139. Seneca 117 rushing yards, Monett with 111, but the passing yards favored Seneca 125 to 28. Indians were 3 of 4 passing, the Cubs were 3 of 7. Neither team threw an interception. Indians had 11 first downs, Monett with 8. Cubs did lose a fumble on the second play, and it turned into a Seneca score. Cubs penalized just 1 time for 5 yards, Seneca 3 penalties for 30 yards. Indians did not punt in the first half. Cubs punted twice for a 23-yard average. Madrid 10 carries, 53 yards, and 1 touchdown. Hoyt 6 carries, 28 yards. Pointer 5 carries, 23 yards. For Seneca, Hoover 9 carries for 38 yards, but really the story was the running of the Seneca back Jackson Mars, accounting for the 4 rushing touchdowns from 1 yard, 19 yards, 2 yards, and 3 yards. And he's just a pretty good football player.
Yeah, it done a really good job. And like you say, whenever you get down there close and you've got a running back as good as Mars is, because he runs hard, he runs smart, and he runs to the hole, you know, get down there close to the goal line. Let's give it to Mr. Reliable there. And 4 times in a row, that's what the Seneca Indians did. And 4 times in a row, Mars was able to scamper into the end zone to get those 28 points. But as far as the Cubs are concerned, though, Mike, the last 2 times they touched the ball, like we talked about just prior to going to halftime, the Cubs did a really good job of doing a sustained drive to get that score in there and then score and pull within 14. But then the next time they got the ball, which was late in the first half, still moved the ball, ran out of time. But that's very encouraging for that offensive unit of the Cubs to be able to move the ball. The way that this game started out didn't look like they were going to be able to move the ball at all against the Seneca Indians, but Cubs come out very hard there in the second quarter and done exactly what they had to do, even though they do trail 28-7.
Well, at the age of, I mean, I'm 60 now. You've
don't even ask.
Okay. How cool was this for you today?
Well, it's one of those things, you know, you never do think about going to a Hall of Fame of anything as far as I'm concerned, because, you know, I've never felt like I've done anything worthy of such a thing. Of course, the criteria can change, whatever it might be, but John did a good job, mostly, except whenever he roasted me, but talking about the things that I've been. But there again, you get to be able to do the things and sustain the things that I've done. You got to have a supporting family, and of course, Donna's my rock and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, when your kids come along, Danae and Deidre, they allowed me to come and do all these games and allowed me to go to all the meetings of the school board and this and that and all that kind of stuff. And there's lots of people, as far as Monett is concerned, that could go into a Hall of Fame because of the things that they've done down through the years. I mean, I'm not unique by any stretch of the imagination. And, you know, a lot of people, if you live in a community and you're proud of the community and you want to do what's right for the community, a lot of people out there do the exact same thing. It's just maybe because I'm on the air this much, or maybe I'm out, everybody can see the white head running around or whatever, but there's a lot of people in Monett that deserve to be in some type of Hall of Fame because they support Monett so well.
And they will. This was just year 2.
Yes, yes. You know, and that's the neat thing too. And I mentioned the fact Martin Essery, I have felt like for a long time that Martin Essery should have been recognized, which he was to an extent, but not to the extent that he was, because Martin Essery was the pioneer as far as the wrestling is concerned, as far as participation. First state champion, and then Doug the same year, but first state champion for the Monett wrestling team, first 2-time state champion for the Monett wrestling team, first 3-time champion of the Monett wrestling team. So a real pioneer in a lot of things that he does did through the years. And I felt like maybe his uniform being retired or his number or whatever, but he finally got the recognition that I felt like that he deserved because of the first of all the things that he did.
And most of it at the 98-pound category. And he was always the first one to get on the mat because he was in the lightest weight classification. I mean, that's one of the many cool parts about wrestling. You don't have to be 210 or 175 or 155 or 135. The 98-pound category back in the day, and I think the minimum's now 105, but that's just as important. That carries the same results for a pin or a major decision as those other weight classes.
And I have to laugh still as I think about it. You know, here just again, we talk about what a small world we live in, and I was up there, and I'm up there giving the spoof hounds all this grief about the state championship game, and what happens. But Doug Fowler's wife is, guess what, from Maryville. She was a spoof hound, but we had a big laugh after that. And of course, Doug even mentioned it in his talk, but I meant every word of it.
I heard the same thing you heard for 3 hours.
Yeah, but you know, that was a fun time, and that was a big memory, and about doing that, and it was just a fun day. And then walking out there on the field with the family and a couple of nieces and nephews, that kind of stuff, and they got a big thrill out of, my nieces and nephews got a big thrill out of walking out there on the field. But it was a fun time. My brothers got to come. One of my sisters got to come. Of course, Danae and Deidre and Stuart were able to be there, and of course Donna there. But you know, it's a family honor. It's a community honor. And you talk to any of the inductees today, they would say the same thing. You know, it's not about me. It's about the community. And if you're going to be out there and be in the community, you got to be a good citizen. And hopefully, I've been a relatively good citizen through the times. But you know, and we all make mistakes. We all make things that say things that we don't really mean or wish we hadn't have said. But you know, for the most part, it was a fun day. It was only emotional whenever I had to talk about it. But as far as emotion about, you know, I enjoyed it. I look forward to it. I enjoyed getting to visit with some people I hadn't seen in a while too. Jim Clausia won. Of course, got to see him last year in his induction, but other people too. Of course, Benny Lawson and Chuck Ramsey and those type people, and getting in, like I say, getting inducted with that group. Jack Fox give Donna her first job ever in the bank, and Donna's still there, so he's been a big influence in my life. Not personally, but also financially and emotionally. Jack's aunt gave us our loan for our first house, all that kind of stuff, you know. And then, of course, getting to say that I played for Coach Burl Fowler, you know, a short life that he led. But he impacted a lot of kids in a lot of positive ways, and he impacted this community and this sports program in more ways than I can even count. So, you know, since he was only here for a short number of years, it's a real small fraternity that got to play for him, as far as you looking for some coaches that have been able to coach 20, 30 years. But I was fortunate enough to be able to be under the coaching of Coach Burl Fowler in football.
Here on MHSCubs.com, but those of you watching us on the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live, enjoying a spectacular halftime performance by the Monett Marching Pride. Do not want to overlook their skills and what they are entertaining the crowd here tonight. I thought all the speeches were so good, but Jack talking about Mary Sue, they've known each other for 75 years and been married for 70 years. Are you serious?
You know, Jack told some secrets there that I didn't think Jack was ever going to tell about himself, let alone in a public setting. But and I think he really enjoyed it.
Yes,
and here he is, 93 years old, and getting. Granted, it might have been, it's a long time coming, but deserved every accolade that he ever got. And of course, as far as I'm concerned, and it was in my notes, but I did not mention it. As far as I'm concerned, he needs to be in the Military Hall of Fame because of so many flights that he took and be in harm's way and is able to come away unscathed. So, but Jack's done a lot for this community, and like I said, he's still doing a lot of things that a lot of people don't even know, you know, in different aspects, the airport and helping individuals out, helping or spearheading the turf that we've got and that we enjoy now out here on the football field. And Jack's one of those that, like I was talking about, being a big part of the community and supporting the community, never forgetting the community. He might do it silently, but let me tell you, he's doing it. You just don't know it.
Dr. Mark Drake, Dr. Jungman, Brad Hansen,
Ralph Scott.
Thank you, sir. 4 superintendents all here, including the current one. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I was glad that Brad was able to come. He was one of the first ones that called me whenever I knew that I was going to be inducted, and he had seen it, I don't know, in electronic media or somewhere, and he wanted to know when it was, and I just told him I never thought about him driving from Pittsburgh on a Friday to come over here, but meant a lot to me that he was able to come and be a part of it. And of course, you know, John Jungman holds a special place for me and my family.
A lot of people.
both families, but like I say, we started out professional friends and we ended up being very personal friends, and that was unique. And he was the first person that I called. John was, whenever I got the call, and his second person I was going to call if he couldn't come, and I was going to try to get Charles Cudney to come because he was instrumental in my school board duties and my school board time and stuff. But fortunately, John was able to come, but I knew better.
A warning to Dr. Jungman, though. Dave Beckett will get even with the props. You can mark the recording. We can come back to MHSCubs.com. I promise you, you will get even with the props on him.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those things. And on the other hand, maybe I deserve some of that because I give him some grief, too, down through the years.
Surely not.
People don't know about. But yeah, he zinged me pretty good. And I tried to tell him it wasn't going to be a roast and I was going to have the last word, but he kind of got me, zinged me before I was able to zing back. But he's good, and he means he's very, very much. I knew that he would come up with some things, but he come up with some things that were, you know, pretty hard hitting.
But haven't we, as a school district, and I'll include Dr. Cudney in this, since those times, the last superintendents that we've had have been amazing people.
Well, and there again, back whenever I was even thinking about running for school board, you know, I was looking at Dr. Cudney as the superintendent at the time, and I'm thinking I'd love to be able to serve under him or for him, or he served for me, however you want to look at it, on the school board. But and then you get Dr. Jungman, and he was just stepped right in. Then Dr. Hanson come in and just worked out. But that's what makes the school community so unique for Monett, is always had really good school administrators, even dating back to Dr. Scott and E.E. Kemp and all of those. You know, they set the standard, and then we have people come in and try to maintain and not even get better than that. So you know, we've been fortunate here at Monett to be able to attract those type of people, and hopefully we can continue to do that. And Dr. Drake, I feel like, is the right one to be in charge at this time, and I know that he's going to go down in the annals of the superintendents here as one of the fine ones and be mentioned in the same realm as Dr. Scott and Dr. Jungman, Dr. Cudney, Dr. Hanson. So Monett's just pretty unique community in a lot of different ways, school and everything else, and the school and the community always work so well together too. That's another thing that has always been really good. So it's just a fun place to live, you know. I mean, take advantage of it if you live here, and if you don't, you should.
Well, I enjoyed the heck out of this. I really, really did. What a special second class to come in, and let's see what 2023 will bring us next September.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see who we can reel in for the next Hall of Fame class, and it's a fun time. It gets a little bit lengthy, but you know, it's a one-time deal. I mean, for a lot of these people that, and a lot of times the presenters are just as impressive speakers as the ones that are being inducted, and dig up some stuff that a lot of people didn't know about them, and that's what makes it unique, is you get to kind of tell your story, just like getting to talk about my 6 siblings, you know, and how I was raised, and not being able to play basketball because we were wearing shorts. I mean, that's a different time, you know, different time. And but Jim Julian took care of that, and that's a fun time. And Charles always talked about that. I thought it was important to try to get my brothers involved in the talk today too, and make them a part of it, because I'm who I am because of who they are, you know.
At the half, Seneca 28, Monett 7. Third quarter coming up in a minute on MHSCubs.com.
Windmill Ridge Golf Course is located at South Park in Monett, with the clubhouse located next to the Monett YMCA. This challenging 18-hole municipal facility is open year-round, weather permitting. The front 9 holes opened in 1940 as the original course, with tight, tree-lined fairways. The back 9 opened in 2002 and is a link-style, more open design. There are 4 sets of tee boxes to accommodate many different skill levels. To reserve your tee time, call 235-6076 or go online at windmillridgegolf.com.
Price Cutter is the proud exclusive retailer of Show Me Beef, Missouri's best, born, raised, and processed in Missouri. This new line of local USDA choice Angus beef products features superior craftsmanship and consistency that you can find in some of the finest restaurants. Show Me Beef and Price Cutter. Local matters. Shop from the comfort of your own home and let us do the rest for you with Price Cutter Curbside. Order online, by phone, or download our Shop Price Cutter app. Fill your cart, reserve your time slot, pay online. Try Price Cutter Curbside today.
Jack Henry is a well-rounded financial technology company that strengthens connections between financial institutions and the people and businesses they serve. Jack Henry provides technology solutions to enable clients to innovate faster, strategically differentiate, and successfully compete while serving the evolving needs of their account holders. We empower clients with people-inspired innovation, personal service, and insight-driven solutions that help reduce the barriers to financial health.
Since our founding in 1964, K Concrete has always been committed to personal customer service and a high-quality product, and that tradition continues today. Family has always been at our core, and that's how we take care of our neighbors as part of our extended family. As a proud supplier of ready-mix concrete, K Concrete serves Southwest Missouri with dependable customer service and a family philosophy. From dairy farms to driveways, patching to parking lots, we specialize in reliable ready-mix, all delivered where and when you need it.
Our vision at Schreiber Foods, to do good through food. We recognize our responsibility to do good in the world and are driven to make a difference for our partners, our business, our customers, and our communities. At Schreiber Foods, we build lasting relationships based on collaboration, commitment, and trust. We're exceptional at the things that matter most: food safety and product quality, operational excellence, customer brand leadership, developing our people, and making Schreiber Foods an awesome place to work.
It's more than just a women's clothing store at Peppers & Company in downtown Monett. For more than 25 years, owner Linda Sitton has not only featured women's apparel from petite to plus sizes, but also a huge selection of accessories, jewelry, shoes, and purses with many designer brands to choose from. For the area's largest selection of up-to-date fashions and accessories for the gal on the go, hurry in to Peppers & Company at 416 East Broadway in Monett for friendly, personalized service.
Order Ahead is available at Sonic drive-ins around the country. Make sure you're using the latest version of the Sonic app from the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. When prompted, allow the Sonic app to access your device location to find Sonic drive-ins near you that support Order Ahead. Browse the menu, customize your order, add items to your bag, pay for your order using a credit card or a Sonic gift card, and select a pickup time. Order Ahead will put you first in line every time at Sonic Drive-In at 9th and Cleveland in Monett.
Monett Cup football on MHSCubs.com, brought to you tonight by the Windmill Ridge Golf Course. Still got a few temporary greens, but glad to have the course back open. And for a tee time, go on the website, windmillridgegolf.com. K Concrete, serving your ready-mix needs in the Monett and Southwest Missouri area. The partners of Schreiber Foods, their vision to do good through food. Jack Henry, prioritizing openness, collaboration, and user centricity. Price Cutter, 2150 East Cleveland, just down the road, literally right next to Monett High School, celebrating 55 years in the Ozarks. Local matters. Peppers & Company, 416 East Broadway. Owner Linda Sitton invites you to come in and see their beautiful fashions and accessories for fall. And Sonic Drive-In, 9th and Cleveland and Monett. Download the latest Sonic mobile app. Here, Seneca leads Monett 28-7 as we get set to start the third quarter. And around the area, looking for other scores this evening at the half. Carthage leading Neosho 26-7. Lamar leading East Newton in the half 42-0. Nixa leads Joplin at halftime 28-21. It is Ozark leading, Ozark and Webb City now tied 14-14 at halftime. Mount Vernon leading Nevada 10-6 at halftime. Mount Vernon losing last week to Logan Rogersville. McDonald County leads Cassville at the half, 21-7. Marshfield now leading Reed Spring at half, 19-13. Could be one of those weeks. Rogersville leads Catholic 34-0 at the half. Again, just some of the scores from around the area. Week 5 is about as crazy as week 4.
Well, by week 5, you're kind of got settled in of what your routine is as far as what you're going to want to run offensively and defensively, and sometimes you make adjustments there, but for the most part, by the time week 5 gets here, that's pretty well your identity, what you've brought to the table that game.
So Seneca won the toss, deferred their option to the second half. Indians will get the ball to start the third quarter. Waiting for the clock to wind down to get reset to 12 minutes. Man, just a gorgeous night weather-wise. It was 77 at kickoff. Light breeze here in Monett. Chavez is ready. Referee Joel Easton is ready. We're down to a comfortable 72. Chavez, booming kick. We have a whistle, and the Cubs are offside on the kickoff.
Cubs a little bit anxious that time, and correctly called as I was watching, and I'm thinking, can we sneak one by? But the official on the far side over there reached for the yellow hanky and wasn't to blow his nose. It was to penalize the Cubs 5 yards.
Well, we bragged on Monett for having just one penalty for 5 yards in the first half. We'll back up 5 here. Again, we're live audio on MHSCubs.com. We are also audio on the YouTube channel with the picture from the huddle camera. The YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live. We encourage you to tell your friends, tweet it out, Facebook it. Monett Cubs Live for the audio and video of tonight's football game. So back to the 35. Seneca return men move up to about their 15. Line drive kick. Altick will pick it up at the 16-yard line. He's to the 20. Right hash 25, and the Cubs bring him down short of the 30-yard line. Ethan Altick on the return, and Indians will start at around their own 28 or 29. Spotted on the 29.
So all things considered, not too bad since the Cubs were backed up 5 yards, as the Indians will have the ball to start the second half with a 28-7 lead.
Connor Ackerson wide to the left, wide right. It's Blake Hearn. Hoover out of the gun, gives it on the jet sweep to Hearn, trying to get outside, and that will be a tackle by Monett's Jake Hoyt in the backfield for a no gain.
So good pursuit to the wide side of the field over there. Strung the play out, did Jake Hoyt, and make the stop for no gain at all, as the Indians going east and west on that play and nothing anything to the south.
2nd and 10, Seneca. They move from left to right toward the scoreboard in the south end zone. Football on the far left hash, wide side of the field to the right, 2 receivers to the right. Hoover running the option, the pitch to Mars. There's a flag on the play, and Mars tackled at the 27-yard line. Cubs good pursuit there. We see Isaiah Meeks with the tackle, but we'll have to check out the flag. It is going to be a hold on Seneca. And Monett may just decline the penalty, take the result of the play.
Take the down.
Because you're going to have third and about 13. And the Cubs will decline the penalty. And Dave, the last ball carrier, that was Mars after the pitch.
Yes.
It's a loss of 4.
So the Cubs trying to go the percentages here and take the down, since there's another 3-yard loss. So it's 3rd and 15 for the Indians at their own 25-yard line.
3 and out would look good for Monett. Early third quarter, 28-7 Seneca. Hoover stays in the gun, gets the snap, drops back, throws downfield, pass is caught, and it will be very close to the first down after the catch made by Eli Olson. Looks like he'll be a yard short.
And I look for Coach Hilburn probably to go for it, even though it's going to be at their own 38-yard line. But 4th down, 4th and 1.
Yeah, and who caught that? I'm sorry.
It's the number.
4th and 1.
What was the number?
I missed the number.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I'll get it in a second. So they do go for it on 4th and 1. Hoover calls his own number. Got the first down, 40, 45, 50. Cubs finally bring him down around the 45-yard line.
So the Indians go for it on 4th and 1 and get Hoover, the quarterback, to the outside and picks up about 20 yards on the play. Only needed one. Ball resting at the Cub 45-yard line. The Indians on top 28-7.
1st and 10. At the Monett.
So the Indians go for it on 4th down and pick up the yardage plus here. 1st and 10 Indians from the Cub 45.
Out of an offset eye, give to Jackson Mars, off right guard to the 41-yard line, picks up 4 at 2nd and 6.
Indians going to power football that time, straight up the middle. Mars picks up those 4 yards.
4 yards on the play.
2nd and 6.
Again, I apologize. I'm trying to go back to that 13-yard play from the 25 to the 38 when they were yards short of a pass or a run.
Run by Hoover.
Okay.
Hoover in the shotgun again.
Hoover for 13.
Mars with the ball to the left side, breaks the tackle, goes down the field.
Got a first down. Eric Chavez pushes him out of bounds near the 30.
Another first down for the Indians.
First down yardage for the Indians.
That 4th down conversion is going to be pretty big.
4th down conversion and the 3rd down 13, 14-yard pass play has made the difference too to get the Indians in position in 4th down and 1. And of course, like you say, the 4th and 1 was successful also.
Fresh set of downs for Seneca at the Cub 31, Seneca 28, Monett 7, 9.5 to go, 3rd quarter. 2 wide receivers to the right side. Fake handoff. Hoover's going to throw downfield into the end zone, and it is incomplete. There is no flag. The intended receiver, Blake Hearn, and coverage by Ethan Witt. Or Evan Witt, excuse me. Evan Witt on the coverage.
2nd and 10 still for the Indians at the Cub 31-yard line. 28-7. Indians on top.
Wide left, Ethan Altick. Connor Ackerson. 9 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 28-7 Seneca. Indians 2nd and 10 from the Cub 31. Hoover gets the snap. Going to run around the left end. To the 25, still on his feet, flag on the play. And Hoover brought down near the first down marker at the 21. We'll have to check out the flag.
Where the flag was thrown looked like a hold against the Indians. We'll wait and see. That's just speculation on my part, but it's behind the line of scrimmage, but or behind the ball carrier.
Oh, defensive holding.
Defensive holding?
That's what they call. Oh, nope, he signaled the other way. Okay.
Yeah.
Joel Easton pointed the wrong direction, and now the Indians do back up.
In that situation, I could not figure out how it could be defensive holding, but which it can be.
Sure. So they mark it back to the 36. So a 5-yard run and then a 10-yard mark off.
So 2nd and 15 for the Indians.
8:40 to go in the 3rd, 28-7 Seneca. Indians have had the ball the entire 3rd quarter. 2 receivers to the right. Hand off to Mars. He's got a hold of the 30 to the 25 to the 20. Does he stay in bounds or the Cubs get him out of bounds? Apparently he did not get pushed out of bounds until he got to about the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 24.
Went to the wide side of the field, went to a passing formation in the split end on this side, ran a pass play, took the defensive back deep, and then was able to get outside, was the ball carrier, and picks up good yardage for the Indians.
Mars now 14 carries, 102 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Inside the red zone here, 1st and 10 at the 12. 8:20 to go in the 3rd, Indians up 28-7. Hoover gets the snap, the pitch to Mars. Mars cuts it up between the hash at the 10. Cubs will gang tackle him at about the 8-yard line.
Mars, rather than trying to go to the wide side of the field and turn the corner, tried to cut it back against the grain and does pick up good yardage, but
Alex Meisner, Jake Hoyt on the stop. They'll give him the 7-yard line, gain of 5, 2nd and 5. And that was Mars again, or Hoover?
Mars,
okay.
yes.
10th play of the drive that started back on the Indians' 29. Cubs have too many men on the field. Now they got Diego Baden will stay out as the 11th man. 2nd and 6. Mars inside the 5, and he's into the end zone for his 5th touchdown of the night as the Indians now go on top 34-7.
Need a short yardage run. Who do you give it to? The Indians give it to Mars every time. In fact, 5 times in a row. And Indians go into the end zone 34-7. Now the score, Indians on top. And
extra point coming up by Miller. It's nearly blocked. Kick is up. It is good. Timeout here in Monett. 7:38 to go in the third. Indians 35, Cubs 7. Back in a minute.
With a limited number of homes in the current market, you need an agent with the right connections, technology, and strategies to achieve your home buying or selling vision. You can rest assured that Sam and Becky Green at RE/MAX in Monett are the right agents for any level of service in any market condition. Sam and Becky have extensive knowledge of the Monett area and can help you find the right home for you or the right buyer for your home. See them at 855 Highway 60 in Monett or call 235-2200.
Home maintenance, yard projects, grilling or relaxing outside. Whatever you're doing, your neighbors at Monett Ace Hardware have what you need. Located inside Price Cutter, our expert associates have the know-how you need to get any job done right. Ace is the place where you'll find help in every aisle. Your local Monett Price Cutter pharmacy offers free delivery or curbside pickup with your prescription order. We make it fast, easy, and convenient for you. We also offer vaccinations such as COVID-19, shingles, pneumonia, and influenza. Stop by and talk to your local Price Cutter pharmacist for more information.
Line drive kick picked up by Monett's Marcus Young at the 20. He's to the 25, 30, makes a move with the 35 to the 40. Young to the 50, to the 40, down to the 30 before tackle from behind to the 26-yard line. And Marcus Young with a big kickoff return to set Monett up in good starting field position for their first drive of the second half.
First time the Cubs touched the ball in the second half on the kickoff, and Marcus Young sees an opening, comes down the sideline, and returns it all the way to the 25-yard line of the Indians. 1st and 10 for the Cubs.
55 yards on the kickoff return to the 25. Bang.
So the Cubs give up a touchdown. First time that the Indians get the ball after about a 6-minute drive, but the Cubs in good field position. 1st and 10 at the Indian 25-yard line.
10-play, 71-yard scoring drive for Seneca. Took 4:22 up the middle. Madrid for just a yard to the 24, 2nd and 9.
And the Cubs still trail 35-7, but after that kickoff return there to the 25, the Cubs on 1st down try a quarterback keeper right up the middle and maybe a yard.
Give him a yard. 7 minutes left, third quarter. Indians 35, Cubs 7. Monett 2nd and 9 at the Seneca 25. The fullback, Hoyt, to about the 20. Pick up. They're going to rule him down at the 21, apparently. Gain of 3. Monett facing 3rd and 6.
So the Cubs need to get a first down here and would like nothing better than punch the ball across just to try to stay in the ball game. But 3rd and 6 here, big play.
Football near hash, wide side of the field to the right. Cubs run up the middle. It's the fullback Hoyt to the 10. Tries to stay on his feet and stumbles down at the 4 for a gain of 17 to set up a 1st and goal.
Hoyt doing a good job, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th effort, in fact, all the way down to the 4-yard line, and the Cubs hurriedly back to the line of scrimmage.
Trying to punch it in from the 4 on 1st and goal. Hoyt, the fullback. Pointer wing back to the left. Young wing back right. Pointer in motion. Hand off again
motion against Cubs.
Oh, Hoyt, there is a flag on the play. Hoyt down to the 1, but there is an illegal motion, as Dave said, against Monett. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9.
Cubs just a little bit anxious there, and I believe Hoyt moved prior to the snap and got the ball and got it down to the 1, but that's going to be negated by a 5-yard penalty against the Cubs. Still we 1st down, but it'll be at the 9 now instead of the 4.
We'll be at East Newton High School next Friday night. Cubs and the Patriots. Got a couple of high school volleyball matches on MHSCubs.com, and got a chance to see the new seats inside the Monett High School gym on Wednesday.
Impressive.
They are beautiful.
Impressive.
First and goal from the 9. Play clock at 10. Madrid now stands up after going under center. Pointer to the wing back left. Give to the fullback. Hoyt diving and down inside the 1.
Now they're saying a touch. This one over here is saying touchdown. The
VAR official said no.
So length of the football is all that the Cubs are denied the end zone.
They do finally signal touchdown.
Yeah, okay, yeah. One said no, the other one said yes, and one said maybe, and the line judge finally says no, he got across. So good hard running that time, 9-yard gain for Hoyt.
Has 9 carries for 57 yards.
And I like that the Cubs not quitting. They could have quit after the Tigers, the Indians scored, but Cubs going for 2.
And the Indians sack, or not a sack, but Young tackled in the backfield, and the 2-point conversion no good. Well, 5:27 to go in the third. Indians 35, Monett 13. Back in a minute.
As the premier 100% employee-owned leader in post-frame manufacturing and construction, Morton Buildings has completed nearly 500,000 buildings across the United States. Whether you need a garage, hobby shop, or energy-efficient home, we can create a building that's attractive and easy to maintain. Morton can construct the ideal building for your farm operation with plenty of usable, versatile storage and workspace. Stop by Morton Buildings on South Highway 37. Call 235-7804. See their website, mortonbuildings.com.
Whether you're looking for beautiful flowers or unique one-of-a-kind gifts, stop by Bernie's Floral and Vintage Gardens in Monett. Bernie Craft invites you to come and see her selection of silk arrangements, fresh florals, indoor plants, custom designs, and more. She offers free delivery to Monett Funeral Homes and Monett Nursing Homes. Call 235-3478 or stop by Bernie's Floral and Vintage Gardens, 775 Chapel Drive, just south of the Monett Speedway.
Eric Chavez to kick off for Monett. Comes down 35-13, 5.5 to go third quarter. Line drive kick. Seneca picks it up at the 13-yard line to the 20. This is Altick, and Altick's got one man to beat. That's the kicker. Makes a move, and Chavez will make the tackle at the 48. Literal touchdown-saving tackle by the kicker, Eric Chavez, on a big return by Ethan Altick for the Indians, who will have it in Monett territory at around the 40-yard line.
And the Cubs with a big kickoff return and then kick the ball off after a touchdown, and Indians with a big kickoff return back all the way down to the Cub 40-yard line. 1st and 10 there, but I like the resilience of the Cubs. Even though they gave up a touchdown the first time the Indians touched the ball in the second half, the Cubs come right back, big kickoff return, and then punch it across to get the second touchdown.
Indians from the Cub 30. Hoover gets a block from Jackson Mars, bounces outside, picks up a Seneca first down near the 28-yard line.
Snap to the quarterback, Hoover, and like Mike said, once he gets a block from Mars, he's able to get outside and picked up 11 yards on the play. 1st and 10 for the Indians.
17th first down for Seneca. Cubs have 9. 35-13, Seneca by 22. 5 minutes left, third quarter. Indians 1st and 10 at the Cubs 29. Football on the far left hash, wide side of the field to the right. Hoover out of the gun. Sets up, pass, downfield, man open, catch made by Ackerson, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. He acted like he was going to run, and then all of a sudden Gavin Hoover pulled up, found Ackerson for a 29-yard touchdown.
It looked like that the quarterback was going to run the sweep again, but the tight end on the far side of the field come all the way across the field, dragging across, and the Hoover found him downfield for another touchdown by the Indians.
Extra point is up. It is good. Timeout in Monett. 4:49 to go in the third. Boy, there is no stopping Seneca. Indians 41, Cubs 13. Back in a minute.
T-Shirt Snob in Monett is a full family boutique offering ladies, men's, juniors, and children's clothing and shoes. See their selection of jeans, including rock and roll denim, Can-Can, Judy Blue, and Huey. Don't forget about the new arrival of Gypsy Jazz shoes for women and a large selection of maternity and infant clothes. T-Shirt Snob is located on the corner of Dairy and Kyler in the same building as State Farm with the entrance off Dairy Street. See their Facebook page for updates on merchandise information.
A multiple Gold Cup winner as Missouri's best small daily newspaper, the Monett Times is your most trusted source for local news. For up-to-the-minute news and information, visit their website, monett-times.com, or follow them on Facebook and Twitter. Call 417-235-3135 to purchase a subscription or place a classified ad, or stop by the Monett Times office at 801 North Lincoln. The Monett Times, your hometown area newspaper since 1899.
Seneca kickoff deep to about the 6-yard line, going to be turned by Hildebrand. He's to the 20, to the 30, Hildebrand to the 40, and he's off to the races. Hildebrand stays in bounds at the 40, down to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown Monett.
And Ian Hildebrand, probably the second fastest to Connell Porter on the team. And Hildebrand just saw an opening, took advantage, and then just didn't really tightrope the sideline, but he was pretty close down here and runs it all the way back for a Monett Cub touchdown. What an answer for the Cubs.
Started at about the 6.
Yeah.
94 yards on the kickoff return.
Yeah, and really didn't get touched.
Crowd back into it. Chavez on for the extra point. We'll keep it here and catch our breath after the PAT try. Now 42-19 Seneca. Good snap, good hold. High end over end kick. The extra point is good. Monett came for a battle tonight. They have not backed down.
The Cubs really, after that first quarter, you know, the Cubs just come out and just played back and forth with a really good Seneca team. Granted, it is 42-20, but the Cubs, after getting down 21-0, 21-7, then come back. So, you know, you got to give the Cubs credit and the coaching staff of Coach Lewis keeping the Cubs in this game, and seen some good things out there against a very, very good Seneca Indian team. But looking at it for maybe later on in the season, the Cubs are showing some good life out there and just resiliency, really, whenever it comes down to it, by the Cubs.
Chavez will kick. Monett Cub football brought to you by Remax Properties. Thank you, as always, to Sam and Becky Green at 855 East Highway 60, Morton Building, South Highway 37. See their website, mortonbuildings.com. And by Bernie's Floral and Vintage Garden, 775 Chapel Drive, just south of the Monett Speedway. She is all decorated in her shop for Halloween. And the T-shirt snob at Dairy and Kyler Street. Line drive kick to the 15-yard line. This is Altick, and there is a whistle. And I think Altick went to a knee when he was going to return the kick, and he is ruled down at the 15.
It's a line drive kick, and Altick went to the knee to pick up the football. You know, it's kind of like a shortstop going to a knee on a hot grounder. And once he touched the ball with the knee on the floor, on the turf, ball is down at their own 15-yard line for the Indians.
Indians on top, 42-20, 4:35 remaining, third quarter. Gavin Hoover back in the gun, 2 receivers to the left, and before the snap there is a flag. Timeout, rather. Monett Cubs may not have had enough men on the field. There may have only been 10 Cubs out on the field, so Ethan Lewis calling for the timeout.
Well, a lot of times you see that on a quick score, such as a touchdown, kickoff return for a touchdown, then hustling back out after the kickoff. Not everyone really ready to play and not for sure who's going to be in there, so Coach Lewis calls a timeout rather than play shorthanded.
Again, so happy to have you join us on MHSCubs.com, but now you can also join us for these broadcasts at Burrow Fowler Stadium, whether it be a varsity home football or varsity home soccer. On the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live. We'll also have that feature inside the Monett Gym. We'll do that for volleyball this coming Tuesday and Thursday, as well as girls and boys basketball in the winter. So audio, as always, on MHSCubs.com, but now audio and video of the home broadcast at Burrow Fowler Stadium and the Monett Gym on the YouTube channel, Monett Cubs Live. We invite you to tell your friends to join us there. First and 10. Indians at their own 15, leading 42-20, 4.5 to go in the third. Hoover out of the shotgun, Gives it to Mars. Not much of a room up the middle. The Cubs will gang tackle him for no gain. And there was just a host of the all-purple jerseys there, led by Porter Reed.
So Mars, at one of the few times that he was stopped for no gain or thrown for a loss, but 2nd and 10 for the Indians. Ball at their own 15-yard line.
Ackerson and Ethan Altick wide left. On 2nd and 10, Hoover gets the snap, going to run the option, tucks it in, 25, out to the 27-yard line. Could have been more damage, but Evan Witt with a nice tackle, but it is a Seneca first down after the gain of 11.
So Indians pick up the first down after an 11-yard run by the quarterback. Cuts back up inside and picks up that yard.
Gain of 11, the 18th first down for Seneca. Single wide receivers left and right. Cubs put pressure up the middle. Jackson Mars off left tackle. Ryan Withnell there to make the tackle after a short gain for Jackson Mars. They'll give him the 29-yard line for a gain of 3 to bring up 2nd and 7.
So the Cubs stop Mars again on a short gain. Just 2 yards this time, but Indians like nothing better than just keep the ball and keep the clock running as far as that's concerned. But the 42-20 lead here in the third quarter.
3:10 left in the third. Play clock at 18 as Seneca comes up to the line of scrimmage. They go trips to the right. Ackerson, Altick, and Hearn. Mars joining Hoover in the backfield.
Quarterback draw.
A good call by Seneca for a first down, crossing the 35 to about the 38. They kind of used Jackson Mars as a decoy that time, and Gavin Hoover a first down to the Cub 38 for a gain of 9.
3 split to the wide side of the field for the Indians, and that just kind of distributes the defensive backs of the Cubs all the way across from sideline to sideline, and the quarterback draw was called, only needed 7, picked up about 9.
2 rushers for Seneca over 100 yards. Mars 117 yards rushing, Hoover now 104 on 1st and 10. Here's Mars, big hole off the right side. Hoyt brings him down at the 45-yard line for a gain of 7.
So Hoyt coming in, but doing a good job from the outside linebacker on the other side and ran Mars down, but not before Mars picked up 7 on the play.
Well, when teams run, the clock goes quick. 2 minutes to go, third quarter, 42-20. Seneca, the Indians have had 2 possessions. They've scored 2 touchdowns. The Cubs, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, including a 94-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. On 2nd and short, here's Hoover, straight up the middle for another Indian first down. Marcus Young on the tackle, and Marcus Young coming over to the sideline. He may have
jammed his thumb, looks like, possibly, but put Mars in motion, goes one way, and then comes back again on the quarterback draw, and Hoover picks up big yardage again.
Gain of 11. Just kind of ever so slowly, Seneca's offensive line winning that battle in the trenches, but again, it's not because of a lack of effort on the Monett kids. .120 to go in the third, Indians by 22. And there's movement all over the place, and flags come out. Procedure on Seneca with a false start.
Marcus back out there for the Cubs, Marcus Young.
5th penalty against Seneca for 45 yards. Cubs penalized 3 times for 15. So much better than last week.
Oh, and last week is just one of those things that just seemed like the Cubs couldn't hardly do anything right without getting a flag called. And part of those were self-inflicted, but really cleaned it up this week as far as the penalties are concerned.
1st and 15, Seneca back near midfield at the Cub 49. Bring a man in motion, hand off to Mars, breaks 1 tackle, won't break the 2nd tackle. Hoyt and others there to pick up Mars for no gain at the 49.
And again, Porter Reed getting a hand on Mars, slowing him down. Did not get credit for the tackle, did Porter, but slowed him down enough that the pursuit of the defense comes up and makes the stop on Mars.
No gain, 2nd and 15, 45 seconds to go third quarter. Indians lead at 42-20. Eighth play of the drive for Seneca, which started back at their own 15-yard line after the kick returner, Altick, went to a knee to receive the kick from Monett. Was ruled down there. Two receivers to the right. Mars joining Hoover in the backfield. Snap through Hoover's hands, picks it up on the bounce, and he will be buried around the 37-yard line.
So the first bad snap from center for either team comes here in the end of the, pretty well close to the end of the third quarter, and the Seneca Indians lose some big yardage.
Meisner and others there to make the tackle. That will be the final play of the quarter. A loss of 12 back to the 39-yard line, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. After 3, Indians 42, Cubs 20. Back with the start of the fourth in a minute.
If you get overwhelmed by all the flooring choices, let the professionals at J&J Floor Covering provide their expertise in guiding you through the process. J&J carries name brands like Shaw, Mannington, Mohawk, Armstrong, and others. Do you prefer carpet, vinyl, ceramic tile, or the popular LVT luxury vinyl tile? Let J&J's friendly staff provide personal attention and outstanding customer service. J&J Floor Covering, 816 East Broadway in Monett, a little store with big savings.
More and more people are making the drive to Monett Rental and Sales, located 3 miles east of Monett on Business 60, just past the bridge. Family owned and operated, they have a large selection of contractor tools and equipment, lawn and garden equipment, do-it-yourself tools, backhoes, pumps, skid loaders, compressors, trailers, lifts, concrete tools, welding and cutting, and much more. You'll find it all at Monett Rental and Sales. Call David or Tony at 236-0308.
Mike McClure, Dave Beckett back at Burrow Fowler Stadium, Kenley Richardson Field. We start the fourth quarter. Seneca leading Monett 42-20. The Indians have the ball. 3rd and 27 at their own 39. Hoover's going to throw downfield. Man is wide open. Ackerson makes the catch. He'll be about a yard short of the first down as the tackle made by Evan Witt.
Long pass play. It's the Indians were backed up long. Going to be second and what? Or it's going to be 3rd and what? 23 or 24, and
it was 3rd forever.
3rd and
11
too long.
And 14, gain of 25 to Ackerson.
Yeah. So it's going to be 4th down, but 4th and 3 now.
4th and 3
for the Indians. Cubs had them backed up, but a long pass play eats up most of that yardage.
On 4th and 3, Cubs pressure up the middle. They go to the Wildcat. Mars is going to have the first down as the tackle made by Connor Pointer, short of the 30-yard line. So they've gone to that set before with Mars just lining up as the Wildcat. It's a gain of 5, and the drive stays alive.
Just needed 3 yards, were able to pick up 5 that time, but the Indians were backed up. Looked like that the Cubs were going to be able to get the ball back, but the Indians come away with a big pass play and then go with the 5-yard gain to pick up the first down.
11:30 to play in the game, 42-20, Seneca by 22. Ackerson comes wide left. Gavin Hoover all the way at quarterback. He had completed 58% of his passes coming into play tonight. Play action fake, pass downfield, man wide open. It's a catch out of the backfield by Morgan Vaughn. And Vaughn out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Morgan Vaughn, 3 receptions for 2 touchdowns this season.
And Evan Witt was covering the deep man that time, and nobody was covering the short man. And somebody missed an assignment. Looked like a linebacker should have been over there on the tight end on that side, but nobody there, and another first down.
Gain of 20, 1st and 10, Seneca at the Cub 11. Evan Witt comes out. Hoover calls his own number, tries to bounce outside. Cubs bring him down at the 8-yard line. Cub kind of slow in getting up. The tackle made by Diego Baden. Gain of 3 to the 8, 2nd and 7.
So Hoover calling his own number that time and not picking up much yardage, just 3.
Indians have scored on their first 2 possessions of the second half. Ackerson comes wide left, getting man coverage. Give it on the jet sweep. This is Blake Hearn, bounces outside to the 5, now cuts it up inside the hash mark, going to try to just shove him into the end zone. There is no whistle yet, and finally the officials come in to blow the play dead as Blake Hearn down to about the 1. There is a flag, and it is a hold on Seneca, the flag back at the 8-yard line.
So that's going to back up the Indians just a little bit there, as it looked like they were getting in position to run the Mars play, short yardage, to get him a 6th touchdown. But now then, faced with a 2nd and long here from the 18-yard line.
Holding offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Can get to the 1 for a first down, can the Indians.
Correct. They'll wind the clock, 10:18 to play in the game. Seneca 42, Monett 20. Cubs scored 24 on Marshfield last week, but lost by 10. Seneca will start to take a little more time off the clock, with the play clock just now at 8 as they get to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the right. Here on 2nd and 17. Altick in motion, going to run the option. The pitch to Mars. Young gets to the edge. Diego Baden gets there. Young makes the tackle at around the 12-yard line.
Jackson Mars, the ball carrier.
Strung the play out, did the defense on the far side of the field over there for the Cubs, but did pick up about 7 on the play for the Indians. So it's 3rd and 10 from the 12.
And that was on the run.
Mars. Or
Okay.
excuse me, no, he
Hoover?
pitched. Yeah,
He did pitch?
pitched to Mars.
Okay,
yeah,
Mars for 7.
Yes. So it's 3rd and 10 from the 12.
14th play of this drive that started back at the Seneca 15, and it started with 4:36 to go in the 3rd. They've chewed up about 7 minutes. Just keeping the ball out of Monett's hands. Timeout, Seneca. Oh, timeout, Monett. We'll take a break. 9:15 to play. Indians up 42-20. Back in a minute.
Come sample the freshness and flavor of contemporary Asian cuisine at Lai Lai Asian Buffet and Dining, 601 Bridal Lane behind Walmart in Monett. Order from the menu including sushi or get fresh buffet that includes Monett's best cashew chicken, fried rice, egg rolls, salad bar, dessert, and many other selections. Call ahead at 235-3568 and use their convenient pickup window for carry-out orders. For lunch or dinner, you'll always enjoy your dining experience at Lai Lai Asian Buffet and Dining.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject, rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Jerry Sitton in Joplin focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance, or life without having to give up college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Jerry Sitton in Joplin and put the life back in life insurance.
3rd and 10 for Seneca, the Cub 11. Play action. Hoover pass into the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Ackerson.
Ackerson just goes straight down the field and then stops and comes back for the ball. And the ball, good job by Hoover to throw the ball just prior to the comeback by his receiver Ackerson that time. And the ball was waiting on him to make the cut, which the cut was made and got into the end zone, did the Indians.
So Ackerson, having scored the last 2 touchdowns for Seneca after Mars had scored the first 5, the extra point is up. It is good. Take a break with 9:09 to play. The Indians back up by 29, 49-20. We'll be back in 1 minute.
The Monett Athletic Booster Club is growing, and they want you to help. The Booster Club operates to support all Monett High School Cubs and Lady Cubs athletic teams by providing monetary support, volunteer support, and promoting team spirit. Their efforts reach out to all Monett High School athletic activities in an unbiased way. Your help, whether financial or by volunteering your time, is greatly appreciated. To become an active member in the Monett Athletic Booster Club, contact the high school office.
For the area's best choice for custom picture framing, it's the Frame Shop, inside LaDonna McVeigh Photography Studio just south of the Monett football field on 13th Street. Choose the perfect frame for photography, art, diplomas, jerseys, memorabilia, shadow boxes, and much more. You'll be amazed at the selection of picture frames in every style, color, shape, and size. Call LaDonna at 417-393-8151 or stop by the Frame Shop in Monett.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags,
The kick by Seneca, Hildebrand to the 10, to the 20, and tackled short of the 25-yard line. What a drive by Seneca. 14 plays, 85 yards in right around 7.5 minutes on the time of possession.
And the Indians did a good job of mixing the pass plays and the wide plays and the plays on the inside. They just do a pretty good job of executing their offense. You know, they were able to keep that drive alive with a long pass play after it was like 3rd and 26 to go, and they made a 24-yard pass play to get within 2 and then punched it across to keep the drive alive on a first down run. The Cubs now with the football.
At their own 24-yard line, Davin Madrid, first back through. I think that was Hoyt. We'll see who gets the ball. Getting up from the bottom of the stack, that is Hoyt. Just a gain of 1 to the 25, 2nd and 9. Hoyt, 58 yards rushing. Go ahead.
Last time the Cubs touched the ball was on that kickoff return of 94 yards. This time, Cubs taking the ball at their own 25 now. 2nd and 9.
8.5 minutes to play in the game. 49-20 Seneca. Play clock at 7. Madrid stands up over center. Cubs going to have to hurry. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. They do get the snap before the expiration of the play clock. The handoff to the fullback, Jake Hoyt, and he'll be close to the first down marker at the 34-yard line.
So the Cubs do give it to Hoyt, first man through, and Hoyt picks up more than enough for the first down.
Got 9, needed 9.
And Cubs with another set of downs.
We're sponsored in part tonight by J&J Floor Covering, the little store with big savings at 816 East Broadway. Lots of Shaw carpet on sale now. Monett Rental and Sales, located 3 miles east of Monett on Business 60. If you need it, rent it at Monett Rental and Sales. Lili Asian Buffet and Dining, 601 Bridle Lane behind Walmart, the home of Monett's best cashew chicken. Madrid gives it up to Hoyt, and Hoyt buried for no gain.
This time Hoyt was met at the line of scrimmage by the linebackers. He comes right straight across and quickly drops Hoyt for no gain. 2nd and 10 for the Cubs.
Cub football brought to you by Jerry Sitton, State Farm in Joplin, 1931 East 20th Street, the Monett Athletic Booster Club, and the Frame Shop located inside LaDonna McVeigh Photography. Beautiful pictures, now beautiful custom-made frames by LaDonna. And we're brought to you by Cox Health. When you need care, it's not always easy to know where to go. Primary care, urgent care, a virtual visit, our Care Finder tool at coxhealth.com can help. We'll point you to the care that's right for you. 2nd and 10, Monett at their own 34, and again, movement by the Cubs.
Full start. Offense.
Cubs went to the passing formation that time, and ball was never snapped. And we had people in the pass pattern downfield.
5-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
Indians are averaging nearly 47 points a game. They're at 49 tonight. They've allowed just 12 points per game on defense. Cubs have 20. Seneca more rounded this year, 280 yards of total offense per game, about 179 on the ground, 100 through the air. On 2nd and long, Madrid wants to throw, looking left, passing left, looking for a pointer. It's off his hands, incomplete. That was right in his hands, and he dropped it.
That's the prettiest pass that Madrid has thrown all year long. In fact, I mean, that was right there, but unable to make connection was Pointer that time as the ball was delivered, but falls incomplete. Looks like he might have looked upfield just for a second there, and the ball falls to the ground, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
.6:45 to play, Indians by 29. Brandt goes wide left. They've not looked his way all night. Young goes wide left. Meeks tight end to the right on 3rd and long. Play action. Madrid pumps, has time, throws deep, far sideline. This will be incomplete. Should have been intercepted by Seneca, as this time it goes right off the hands of the cornerback, Ethan Altic.
Good pass intended for Marcus Young, nearly intercepted.
So Madrid throws it about as far as he can throw it, but unable to make connections with his receiver, Marcus Young, and the Cubs will be forced to punt the ball away. You can't go for it on 4th down, 4th and 15 at your own 29-yard line and trail 49 to 20. So the Cubs will go in punt formation. Seneca not dropping anybody back. They're not believing that the Cubs are going to punt.
Harvey, the long snapper, Jake Hoyt to punt.
For the Cubs.
Good punt. Dave mentioned nobody back deep for Seneca. This will take a Monett bounce and will roll dead around the 35-yard line, 15 and 21, 36-yard punt.
At the Seneca 35-yard line.
So Seneca will take over there at their own 35, 6:27 to go in the ball game. And the Indians, I look for the Indians to go ahead and just try to keep the ball on the ground, keep possession of the football, but try to keep that clock running, and not going to really matter, but the Cubs are down to just one timeout.
After the first play from Seneca, we'll check some other scores from around the area. Gavin Hoover with a man in motion. Hand off to Jackson Mars, and Mars stood up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Could have been Porter Reed again, and it was on the tackle.
Porter Reed just getting better and better, just a sophomore for the Cubs, a nose man in there. And he's a big boy, and he's just coming along and developing pretty good.
Carthage leading Neosho 40-7 in the third quarter. Lamar has defeated East Newton 56-6. Monett is at East Newton next Friday. Two receivers to the left on 2nd and 10. Hoover, play action, now drops back, lofts one over the middle, catch made. Same receiver earlier, Morgan Vaughn. Vaughn for a first down near the 40-yard line before Eric Chavez brings him down.
Morgan Vaughn.
It's almost like the Indians having more receivers than what the Cubs have defensive backs, because just kind of went down there and ran everybody long. To the two on the outside did the Indians, and then the tight end just goes down about 10, 15 yards, waits till the linebacker's clear, and standing right there, and all Hoover's got to do is pitch the ball and let his defense or his tight end go catch it.
Vaughn for 25 for a first down at the Cubs 40. Give to Jackson Mars around the right end. Cubs try to strip the football away, and Mars tackled near the 35-yard line. There is a flag at the 38. Joel Easton, the referee. Face mask, but not a personal foul face mask on Monett, so that should be just the 5-yard face mask penalty. It's added on to the end of the run.
Which would be close enough to where the Indians will be less than a yard maybe to pick up the first down.
Runner was
Mars
for 4.
Face mask, defense.
5-yard penalty against Monett. Their 5th, but all have been 5-yard penalties.
5-yard penalty.
1st and 1.
At the end of the play. 2nd down.
They do say 2nd and 1.
Yeah,
that's right. Monett showing blitz. Hoover drops back. Gonna run to the 30, 25, inside the 20. Still on his feet. Almost got away outside. Eric Chavez will finally be credited with the tackle at the 15-yard line.
That's a quarterback draw all the way. Shotgun formation. They had the passing formation as far as the Indians were concerned. 2 wideouts on each side, and then quarterback takes the snap from center and drops back and then just goes forward and picks up more than enough for the first down.
Gain of 16 on the 25th first down for Seneca. The Cubs have 10 first downs tonight. Fresh set of downs for Seneca inside the red zone at the Cub 15 with 4:38 to play, and Seneca up by 29 at 49-20. 2 receivers to the right. Now they bring one in motion. New running back with the ball carry. This is Dominic Wheeler. Wheeler bouncing outside to the 10. Cubs bring him down near the 8-yard line.
Finally, the whistle blows.
Wheeler, the ball carrier. 2nd down.
So going to be 2nd down. Going to give him 7. Down inside 4 minutes to play. 49-20.
Next week,
Indians on top.
Next week in the West, Monett at East Newton, Cassville at Nevada, Lamar at McDonald County. The crossover game is Seneca at Reed Spring in the East, Marshfield hosting Aurora, Catholic hosting Mount Vernon, Hollister hosting Logan Rogersville. On 2nd and 3 from the 8. Again, they're going to give it to the ball carrier, Dominic Wheeler, and he's going to have a first down to the 4-yard line.
And that'll be enough for a first down, first and
goal at the
goal from the 4.
Wheeler will remain in the backfield. It's still the starting quarterback Gavin Hoover all the way. From the 4, the keeper by Hoover, off right tackle, spins and scores from 4 yards out.
So Hoover calls his own number, fakes to the fullback, and then rides him right over the inline into the touchdown, in for the touchdown, and the Indians extend their lead.
So now at turbo clock at 55-20 with 3:16 left. Extra point by Enoch Miller coming up. And it's blocked. Extra point is blocked by Marcus Young. So the conversion no good, 3:16 to play. Indians 55, Cubs 20, and back with a finish in a minute.
Founded in 1951, EFCO in Monett is a leading manufacturer of architectural aluminum, window, curtain wall, storefront, and entrance systems for commercial architectural applications. EFCO welcomes opportunities to build on its commitments to technology, innovation, and total satisfaction by keeping pace with the evolving needs of our customers. We want you to be a part of our team. Apply online, fcocorp.com/aboutus/careers. EFCO is an equal opportunity employer.
First State Bank offers Casasa. Casasa is free rewards checking. Earn high interest. Get cash back. Ask for Casasa. First State Bank takes pride in meeting the needs of the communities they serve, whether it be a car loan, a home loan, a business loan, or electronic banking. From around the corner to around the world, it's the easiest way to bank from anywhere you can access the internet. Your business is appreciated at First State Bank, with locations in Purdy, Monett, Pierce City, Cassville, and inside the Monett Walmart Supercenter. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Line drive kick. Hildebrand picks it up at the 7-yard line. He's to the 15. Breaks a tackle on his feet at the 20. Fumbles the ball at the 25-yard line. Picked up by another Monett player. Returned about another 5 yards to the 30. Cubs fortunate there. And let's see who picked up the fumble. It was going to be Connor Pointer.
Almost the fumble-rooski play there on the kickoff. I've never seen that before, but fortunately the Cubs maintain possession, and like to see the Cubs maybe get into the end zone another time.
We'll have a running clock here, 2:40 to go, and that will make it tough for Monett to score from 69 yards out with a running clock. Indians are going to go to 5-0. They were 8-5 last year, lost in the district quarterfinal or state quarterfinals to Mexico. They got healthy toward the end of last season. On the right side was at Hoyt to about the 33 before he is pushed backward. Gain of 2.
So the Cubs staying with that run offense in there, and Hoyt, the first man through, gets the ball and picks up those 3 yards.
Indians last year started 3-1. They went 1-3. A narrow win over Monett to finish the regular season at 5-4, but then got hot in the postseason. On second down, Hoyt trying to get away. Flag on the play. No gain. Hoyt back to the 33, but we'll have to check on the flag.
Maybe a face mask, I believe.
It is. Face mask on Seneca. But again, the clock should continue to run. It's stopped.
There's a penalty marker on the flag.
Personal foul penalty.
They move the ball to the 48.
Face mask.
Okay.
That's a defense.
7th penalty against the Indians for 70 yards. Now the clock is rewound. 100 seconds left. Harvey brings the play in from the sidelines. Seneca next week at Reed Spring. Monett at East Newton. Cubs are back home in 2 weeks to host McDonald County. Meeks comes out wide right. Madrid to Hoyt for just a yard to the 49.
Jake Hoyt, the ball carrier.
Cubs will use a timeout. Teaching moment here for Ethan Lewis. 1:16 left. Indians up 55-20. Back right after this.
A multiple Gold Cup winner as Missouri's best small daily newspaper, the Monett Times is your most trusted source for local news. For up-to-the-minute news and information, visit their website, monett-times.com, or follow them on Facebook and Twitter. Call 417-235-3135 to purchase a subscription or place a classified ad, or stop by the Monett Times office at 801 North Lincoln. The Monett Times, your hometown area newspaper since 1899.
Since 1950, Buchanan Funeral Home continues to serve families throughout Berry and Lawrence counties with unsurpassed compassion and care. They pledge to continue the tradition of trusted service with owner Jeremy Vanderball, along with Jeff James, Dwayne Guerin, and Rex Budd. Buchanan Funeral Home is a constant source of support and encouragement to the families they serve. If interested in a pre-arrangement or transferring an existing pre-arrangement to Buchanan Funeral Home, stop by 301 Euclid or call 235-3188.
Madrid looking for Hildebrand, makes the over-the-shoulder catch and then out of bounds inside the 20 at the 16-yard line.
Not really sure how in the world he come up with it, but Hildebrand goes up and gets the ball. And a big gain for the Cubs.
Gain of 35. Clock running, 46 seconds to go. We're in a running clock situation. First and 10, Monett at the 16 with 40 seconds to go. 55-20 Indians. Football near hash, wide side of the field to the left. Madrid drops back, looking, pass downfield, off the hands of Pointer at the 5-yard line. It'll be second down, and the clock will continue to run even after the incomplete pass because we're in a turbo clock situation.
And again, Pointer was open there. I'll just catch the ball and could have walked into the end zone, but didn't happen.
Probably the last play of the game. 15 seconds left. Madrid drops back, has some time, now flushed out of the pocket and sacked at the 18-yard line. There is a flag, but the clock should continue to run. They've stopped the clock with 3 seconds. It is a hold on Monett.
Let's get this sorted out here. As Cubs probably will not have time to get another play off.
The Seneca bench already lining up at the 50-yard line to come shake hands, and that should be the end of the ball game.
That's it.
Final score, Seneca 55, Monett 20. Our post-game show is next.
Race Brothers Farm and Home Supply carries a complete line of farm and home supplies, including clothing, electrical, plumbing, lawn and garden, outdoor power equipment, tools, truck accessories, pet supplies, cattle handling equipment, farm fencing, toys, and much more. You'll find your service outstanding whether your needs are for home or acreage in the country. Family owned and operated since 1971, Race Brothers features 3 locations, including Springfield, Carthage, and South Highway 37 in Monett. You'll like the way we do business. Tell a friend.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
Ask Andy Brand about Shelter's roadside assistance.
Founded in 2002, 3D Corporate Solutions at 601 North 13th Street in Monett is one of the nation's leading providers of pet food ingredients. At the core of our business is a value-added, all-encompassing package not available anywhere else in the industry. Our partners choose us time and again because we resourcefully offer them a comprehensive array of products and services. Our team's professional experience allows 3D Corporate Solutions to create, produce, and manage all aspects of pet food ingredients for each unique partner's specific needs.
Grand Tire offers quality car, truck, light truck, and farm tires at competitive prices with fast, friendly service. Grand Tire carries all major brands including Michelin, Firestone, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Mastercraft, and others. They feature 4 convenient locations in southwest Missouri, including 20th and Maiden Lane in Joplin, Old Highway 37 in Cassville, Jefferson and Church in Aurora, and 408 East Commercial on Highway 37 in Pierce City. Get your new tires today at Grand Tire.
Wintech, with facilities in Monett and Cassville, is an employee-owned company specializing in the building materials industry. Wintech's product lines range from vinyl and aluminum window systems to HVAC doors and commercial louvers. Our newest divisions consist of installation and testing services and logistics. If becoming a part of an employee-owned company is for you, feel free to stop by Wintech's Monett office at 201 Industrial Drive or go to wintechinc.com and click on the Careers tab. Wintech is an equal opportunity employer.
Since 1988, Nestle Road and Roberts Optometrist, a member of Vision Source, has been the leader and preferred provider of quality vision care products and personalized optometry services. Dr. Jerry Roberts, Dr. Michael Roberts, and Dr. Aubrey Roberts are committed to improving the quality of life of persons in your community through enhanced vision. Nestle Road and Roberts has 3 convenient locations: 5th and Cleveland in Monett, east side of the square in Mount Vernon, and Bridgeport Plaza on Highway 39 in Shell Knob.
At Industrial Machine and Engineering Company in Monett, we continually plan for the future with ongoing investments in machinery and software and other resources to continue to meet and exceed our customers' expectations. Skilled employees, modern computer numerical control equipment, and a dedication to meeting customer needs and expectations ensure quality while providing quick turnaround of required components. At IMEC, total quality is a commitment. Specializing in precision since 1982, IMEC, 1716 North 9th Street in Monett.
Are you having legal difficulties? Contact Randall, Masry & Randall, attorneys at law at 405 East Broadway in Monett. With 70 years of combined experience, they specialize in criminal law, personal injury, family law, estate planning, real estate law, title company, business law, and work compensation. To improve your outcome, call Randall, Masry & Randall at 235-8688. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisement.
Bennett Wormington Funeral Home was established in 1946 on the foundation of personal, professional, and compassionate service to Monett and the surrounding communities. The mission of Bennett Wormington Funeral Home is to provide the highest quality of care to the families they serve. They are always available to sit down and discuss any needs you may have. Call 235-3141 or stop by Bennett Wormington Funeral Home at 216 2nd Street in Monett.
Mike McClure, Dave Beckett back at Burrow Fowler Stadium. Seneca gets the win over Monett 55-20, and those 55 points by Seneca, a second season high this year, the second most points in the ballgame. They scored 65 in a 65-0 win over Springfield Catholic, and Dave, unofficially 528 yards of offense for the Indians tonight. They were a machine, but I'm so proud of Monett just trying to dig in their heels, and they fought awfully hard tonight.
Well, against a really good Seneca Indian team, and you know, you try to take the positives out of a 55-20 ball game, which the Cubs did have some positives. Moved the ball back and forth. That first quarter, Seneca kind of come out and punched the Cubs in the mouth, but then